Okie dokie, I believe we are all the way live. Hello and welcome to my graveyard. I'm your host of the evening, the Cemetery Man from Salem, Mass. Always taking names and kicking candy ass. Live in the color here with you on Grande's Graveyard. And tonight, it is the spooky, spooktacular, and it's time to get spooky, ladies and gents. Hope everyone is doing great this week. Of course, I know this is crazy, the last week of Rocktober, October, Shocktober, if you will. It's Halloween weekend. It's Hallow weekend, if you will. And man, I am super freaking excited. I've got 3 parties I've been invited to, and I don't got a fucking costume. So I don't know what I'm going to do, man. I may have to pull a Scuzz or Trash or Suicide from fucking Return of the Living Dead. You think this is a fucking costume? This is a way of life. Oh yeah, we gotta. I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Maybe I'll just wear a Ghostface mask and just be like, dude, I don't know. I mean, I'm just rocking the Ghostface mask tonight. We've got a couple people in the Heezy. We got Aiden Vavver in the house. This is going to be a great show, dude. Thank you so much. Appreciate you saying that. Hope all is well with you tonight, buddy. Robert Simeone is in the Heezy. Robert, dude, this might be the first time I've seen your name on the chat, man. Rock on. Robert and me actually go way back. We went to fucking high school together. Robert, what's going on, brother? Hope all is well with you tonight, buddy. 3 parties. That's cool, man. Yeah, no. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I got 3 parties. So I don't know. And I didn't get a costume. I was thinking of maybe doing a cosplay for Roy from Friday 13th Part 5, but I decided against it just because it's so many fucking steps. And honestly, I waited too late to just like kind of have that done overnight. So I don't know. Honestly, don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just do, I'm a football player, wear a jersey of one of them, or I'm a fucking, I'm Ghostface. I have no idea, man. But we're chilling tonight. I've got a bunch of spooky things planned. We are going to be ranking the Halloween films. We're going to be getting to the meat and potatoes of that very shortly. However, I figured it couldn't be a spooky spooktacular without a little goddamn Halloween candy. And I cheated a little bit. I'm sorry. I treated my friend Anna at work to a Twix bar, and I had one myself. So we got some Twix candy bars on the graveyard tonight. If y'all are having candy, please let me know. Share what you're having. We always share what we're drinking, which brings me to my next topic. Tonight, I'm going to break out a Dusty impression. Let me tell you something, baby. We're going to drink Dr. Brown's original black cherry soda, if you will, baby. Cherry with original natural flavor, daddy. Oh, yeah, the American Dream, Dusty Road. Inside, ready to drink some black cherry cola, daddy. I know, I'm sorry, I'm a little over the top. But we're also rocking this Halloween 2 mug. Oh, shit. More of the night he came home. So that's what we're pouring this in. Everybody, what y'all drinking? What candy are you all eating? I want to know. I want to know while I pour this son of a bitch. Dude, this is a massive mug, by the way. Like, you could fit like half the fucking liter in here, man. It's a massive fucking cup. So let me just put this down. I don't want to spill anything here on the graveyard. That would be bad. Mama Grande would be fucking pissed. Let's see. AJ Zitro's in the Heezy. AJ Zitro, Chars, good brother. Chars. I got that black cherry cola. I know you were drinking it on Sunday when the Bears are getting routed by the fucking Tom Brady Bucks, who I can't stand. But I covered the under and I made $100. So that's always good. Doing good, bro. Dude, awesome to hear that, man. I'm doing good, man. I recently watched some of the Halloween films. I saw you did a ranking on Facebook. So that's really, really cool, man. Cheers to you. Cheers to everybody in the house tonight. Oh, man, that is a good beverage right there. Cheers to the shape himself. We're also, I figured we've been doing Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark on the channel, and so many awesome YouTubers and friends have, reached out and helped me with those. So I want to thank everybody that participated with one of those. I figured tonight we read the last one of spooky season live on the graveyard with y'all. So I'm going to read a Scary Story to Tell in the Dark live. And also, I figure if there's enough people here later, we could play a little horror trivia. I don't know. I'm sort of in the mood. I'm sort of in a horror trivia mood. I know Zitro is always game. So if y'all are down, if there's enough of you later, if you guys want to, I figure we could play a little horror trivia. I don't know. I feel like it'll be a lot of fun. So without further ado, though, we're going to jump right into this son of a bitch. I've got the stack of Halloween fuck over here. Let me reach this over. Wow, we got a big ass stack here of all the Halloween movies that I can get enjoyment out of. I'll put it to you this way. This is not every single Halloween movie. We're also going to be doing a screen share for the rankings. So let me go to share the screen, share screen. Because I'm going to try to go back and forth being on camera as opposed to not being on camera. So we're going to give this a whirl. I'm going to do that, share audio. And I'm going to have to hear from each and every one of y'all if y'all can see the franchise list, the updated Halloween franchise maker right here. I think all is good. I don't know, though. Let me check the chat. I'm going to go to my phone here. Let's see. I think we're good. I don't know. Oh, I'm still on screen partially, too. What do you guys think? Should I be partially on screen or should I just put the whole... I think I'm going to just do the whole thing like this. So let me see here. That works. Okay. And can y'all still hear me? I hope y'all can still hear me. I don't know. Going to be bringing back trivia soon. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, man, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. That's awesome. So we've got the whole screen up here. I believe everybody can hear me. And then you've been killing it with those rankings, man. Oh, thank you. Yeah, no, this has been a lot of fun doing these random, partially on the screen. Okay, that's fine. I could do that. Oh, wait a minute. I put the wrong one. Oh, shit. What the hell? How the hell do I get back to? God damn it. What? I don't know. Okay, I could be in this little bubble down here. I don't know. Why the heck? Okay, we'll just do full screen for now. I tried. I don't know. Why is H2O at the beginning? Okay, this is all scrambled, ladies and gents. Let me fix the order of these. I noticed that a lot of people were doing these, including the Nightwatch Zone, who's a dear friend and actually going to be featured on his channel tomorrow night when he counts down the top 20 scariest horror movie moments of all time. And he asked me to pre-record a video. I did for him, so I'm going to be featured on that. So very blessed to be a part of that. I really appreciate him asking me to do that. Right side, Grande. I can hear you, man. Okay. Be on screen too. I say, what the fuck? What do I click? Okay. So now I'm back full screen. Okay. We'll try all of these. That one's share screen. How do we do this here? There's that one. There's this one. Okay. All right. We're good. We figured it out. I'm back on. Okay. I think this is good. What do y'all think? I think we're okay. I think we should be okay to go. I'm going to give a little bit so everybody can see the fucking S tier as well. Okay. We're good. So I guess we can hit some of these comments. King Negor's in the house. Oh, hell yeah, baby. I recently did a ranking on the series. It was quite controversial. Hey, man, the world would be a boring place without controversy. And I'm sure I'm going to piss some people off. I'm sure I'm going to make some people happy. I'm sure that we are going to have a bunch of fun tonight here on the Graveyard. So I hope you all got your drink. Like I said, got my Dr. Brown Black Cherry Cola. I'm super excited. And I guess without further ado, we could start and jump right into this with a little film from 1978. And I'll be honest, I've thought about this a lot. And I really do think that there's no movie that's more beloved in the horror community than this one right here. I'm talking about The Night He Came Home. I'm talking about John Carpenter's Halloween. Yes, Halloween from 1978. Probably the all-time most beloved horror movie. I think if you took a poll of the entire horror community, this would be the most beloved one on the list. I really do. I love Elm Street, but I think people like this more. I love The Shining, but I think people love this more. I think there's so many movies you could argue. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I really do think the majority would tell you this is the greatest horror movie of all time, and rightfully so. This is a fantastic movie. I just love everything about it. From, of course, the first thing I always go to is the John Carpenter's legendary score, the piano score. Do, 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 do. Epic as it opens. And John Carpenter had been notorious for great scores even before this, whether it be Assault on Precinct 13, when he took aspects of Led Zeppelin's The Immigrant Song and made it into its own kind of theme for that movie. It's ba-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, and then the Immigrant Song is ba-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-da-da. So the guy was really musically talented, and I think he really hit the home run of his career from a musical standpoint with this little movie right here. And of course, it tells the story of, if you haven't seen Halloween, which you should get out of the fucking rock you're living under if you haven't, of course, about the 6-year-old kid with this blank, pale, emotionless face and the blackest eyes, the devil's eyes, who, of course, Halloween night 1963 stabs his sister to death and then is unmasked. And we fast forward to 15 years later when he escapes and wreaks havoc on the babysitters of Haddonfield. Yes, Halloween. I mean, it really is one of the all-time great horror movies. And like when people say, oh, it's one of the great slasher movies of all time, I do think this is a great slasher movie, but I think it's so much more than a slasher movie. I think this is actually a great psychological horror film with great atmosphere and suspense. And, you know, this is kind of a lightning in the bottle type of movie because all of these things just kind of came together. John Carpenter had a low budget. Of course, Mustafa Akkad was the one that put up the money to make this film. And they had the mere budget of $300,000. They had Donald Pleasance to film for just 3 short days. They had Jamie Lee Curtis, an up-and-comer in her first real big movie role as the lead. And all of these things kind of just fall into place. And the classic masterpiece known as Halloween was sort of born. And the thing I like about this movie is the character Michael Myers. I think that's the most important thing with Halloween. I think that's why we have a series and we still talk about these movies to this day, 43 years later, I believe. It's because of this character and the fact that he is the pure essence of pure evil. He's evil on 2 legs. Has no motive, especially in this movie. Of course, when it gets into the sequels, he had a clear and, you know, motive and everything. But in this movie right here, it's just random killings. And that truly scared people. I love Dean Cundy, cinematographer Dean Cundy's scope of this movie. I think he was the real true secret to John Carpenter's success. The scope this movie has is just absolutely beautifully polished. These really nice atmospheric blue fall Halloween nights. And Nick Castle plays the Shape. He goes around stalking all these people, whether it be Annie singing about my pole, and of course, Linda, You See Anything You Like, and Bob, and all of these great characters. It's lightning in a bottle. It's one of the most important horror movies ever made because of all of the things that it influenced. I don't think we'd have a Friday the 13th if it wasn't for Halloween. I don't think we'd have a Nightmare on Elm Street if it wasn't for Halloween. I don't think we'd have a Scream if it wasn't for John Carpenter's Halloween. I think it's one of the most influential horror movies ever made. It really is. And whether, you know, people have made lesser imitations or, you know, saw the POV used in this. And of course, a lot of people have accused John Carpenter of stealing that from Black Christmas. And then, of course, accused Bob Clark of in turn stealing from a little movie called Peeping Tom. Who cares who did it first? I think what matters is who did it best. And I think John Carpenter, the POV shots of Michael Myers in this, he did it best, in my humble opinion. It's really, really moody and atmospheric. I just love the original Halloween. Donald Pleasance's performance is one of my all-time favorites. I love the speech with Charles Cypers in the Myers house, and I met this 6-year-old child, and it just amazing stuff. Really, really good acting performances. Jamie Lee is fantastic. And, you know, the thing about this movie, too, is it's a very quick watch. It's like 90 minutes even. And it doesn't overstay its welcome. It's really, really fast paced. And I think they're able to build all the tension, atmosphere, suspense, all of these things. They build them up perfectly and pay them all off. It's simple. It's short. But that's why it's a masterpiece. I love John Carpenter's Halloween. Let's get to, we have a ton of comments. Let me go back. Let's see. Okay, John Carpenter's Halloween is the reason I became a horror fan today. Oh, dude, that's amazing. And I know a lot of people that have that story. Like the Elm Street Warrior, he was on the show and he said that he watched the original Halloween. He rented it from a Hollywood Video with his grandmother. And he had 2 movies in his hands, the original Friday the 13th, the original Halloween. And he said that the original Halloween is forever his favorite because of that night when he made that decision between the two. Really cool stuff. Controversies build character. Yes, they do. That's true. I agree. Thank you, Robert. Never seen Halloween before. Is it like a black comedy? This guy. It caused some people to freak out when trying to get in their building house quickly. Imminent doom approaching, just like a psycho with yes, exactly. I can't tell you how many times because of this movie that if I'm looking for the keys to go into the door of my house, I'll look over my shoulder. Or, of course, a great example, the Annie death scene, of course, Nancy Loomis, who was also working with John Carpenter before this in movies like, you know, Assault on Precinct 13, like I said, when he strangles her from the back seat. I almost always check the back seat of my car. It's like, There's the shape back there. You back there, Michael. You got to check. It's best to check. Is better safe than sorry. John Carpenter has some of the most terrifying villains ever put to film. Yeah, no, and he really, made an entire career in the independent film scene out of this one movie. I think he owes the rest of his career, his mainstream career, to this. And it's crazy to me that financially he didn't make that many more movies that were financially as big of a hit as this. And for the longest time, I believe for 21 years, this was the highest grossing independent film ever made. Not a drama, not a comedy. Halloween for like 21 years was the highest grossing independent film of all time, until a little movie in 1999 came out called The Blair Witch Project, and then that took it over for about 3 years. So it's pretty crazy that Halloween really made that much noise. But it is the masterpiece. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. Let's see. John Carpenter did it best, in my opinion. Yeah, no, there's no denying that. We lost. What the heck happened? Is this an advertisement? What the heck? Scroll up. Sorry about that, ladies and gents. I don't know why that happened. We can go back here. Okay. They were all just playing their part and bring us the best subgenre in horror. That's true. Exactly. Peeping Tom and Psycho did do it first. Halloween made it cool, though. Yeah, no, Halloween, you look at Psycho and Peeping Tom in the following year, 1961, 1962, you don't get a lot of ripoffs of those movies. You look the years after Halloween and Friday the 13th, especially 1981, that's the year of the slasher. That's the year where everybody and their fucking mother, let's fucking make a slasher movie. It goes to speak which was more influential. Deborah and Carpenter are so smooth with it. Yes, Deborah Hill, you can't, go without mentioning Deborah Hill with this movie. Her help in the creativity department is just, it really ceases to amaze me. I think she did a great job. I think she was a really, really big part of John Carpenter's early success. And she kind of helped mold him into the filmmaker that he went on to become, I think. Let's see. Exactly, Grande. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. This movie made me avoid telephone cords too. Oh, God. You don't want to be fucking strangled with a telephone cord. Let me tell you. Halloween inspired the cordless phone. Yeah, maybe it did. Who knows, man? I have no idea. I think the world of this movie, though. I really do. I think it is an absolute masterpiece. And you're probably wondering, Grande, why the fuck do you still have the Anchor Bay DVD of that? You need to upgrade that shit. I don't know why. And a lot of these movies, that's the case. I never really just upgraded my Halloween stuff. I never did. I love this Anchor Bay DVD. To this day, the fucking DTS audio is amazing. I played it the other night on my soundbar. Fucking amazing. That opening shot of them picking him up in the rain. You would have thought it was raining in this fucking room. It was insane. The thunder. And I didn't know they let the inmates walk out at night. They don't, just the best stuff. And was he the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was. Just a great character study on pure evil. And I think John Carpenter created the most, I'll go out and say it. I think he created the most iconic horror movie character of all time in Michael Myers. And Halloween is an S tier for me for that reason alone. And I'm going to grab it up here. Undoubtful S tier. We love the original Halloween. John Carpenter's absolute, one of his masterpieces. One of very many masterpieces from John Carpenter. Deborah Hill is a legend. Screw it. Everybody did a great job working on Halloween, this legendary film. Yeah, no, the whole entire cast and crew, I love everybody. Charles Cyphers had been working with John Carpenter for a long time, of course. He went on in the following John Carpenter production to play Elvis's manager. Of course, with Kurt Russell, Elvis, John Carpenter's Elvis. That's a great little movie that nobody ever talks about. And I love Charles Cyphers. And whether it be this, The Fog, Assault on Precinct 13, Charles Cyphers is one of my favorite character actors of all time. Anchor Bay DVD is Bay. It really is before anyone else. I mean, this is a great DVD. I probably should upgrade. I know there's a big controversy with there's 2 4Ks of Halloween out now. This is one of those movies where there's edition of it every fucking year, I feel like. There's the 40th anniversary. There's the 35th anniversary. There's the Steelbook anniversary. This and Evil Dead have had the most fucking re-releases and special editions out of any 2 horror movies. It has to be. Like, they re-release it every fucking year. I swear to God. I own the DVD, but with all my Carpenter films, I now have it on Blu-ray. Yeah, no, it's a must own on Blu-ray. I probably should own this on Blu-ray. I'm going to upgrade one day to one of the 4Ks. I've read a lot of reviews on each, and I'm so in the middle of which one I should do. So for now, we're going to stick with the Anchor Bay DVD of John Carpenter's Immortal Classic. Absolutely love it. That's Halloween. So this next movie, though, oh man, this next movie. This next movie is the first one I ever saw. And I will never forget back in the day going to Hollywood Video. And it's a similar story I have with this and the Star Wars films. I didn't see Star Wars, which is now known as Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. I saw The Empire Strikes Back first. That was the first one I saw. And the only reason for that was when I went to Hollywood Video, all the DVD copies of A New Hope were gone, and I got Empire Strikes Back. And in similar vein with Halloween, all the copies of the original were out, and I rented. This is the exact VHS I rented. This is pretty cool. Of more of The Night He Came Home. I'm talking about Halloween 2. Yes, this is. I guess I can make it full screen for a minute. Halloween 2. This is old school Hollywood Video VHS. I rented this exact one back in the day so many times that they gave it to me. They were like, "You've rented this enough. Like, take it." And it didn't have a case or anything. So kind of ratchet, but I absolutely love it. I believe the original case was this cover art on my mug here, which is pretty cool. I like this cover art. And I don't know what it is about it, but this has always been my favorite Halloween movie. Maybe because I've seen it first. Maybe that's a bias. I don't know. But there's something about this movie I absolutely love. And I also have the Universal Blu-ray right here, the 30th anniversary edition. This was the first release of it on Blu-ray. I know Scream Factory has since released another Blu-ray and a 4K of this. Although I've read some poor reviews on the 4K. So I don't know. For now, I'm sticking with this Universal Blu-ray. Also saw this 35 millimeter on the big screen not too long back. Back-to-back double feature with Silent Rage, Chuck Norris film, which Night Watch Zone just covered. Both movies take place in a hospital. Halloween 2, more of The Night He Came Home. Easily my favorite. I love this movie. I know it's unpopular. I know people are going to just scratch their head, but this has always been my favorite. I love the spooky hospital setting. I love Dick Warlock as the Shape in this. I think he does such a good job. I know he gets a lot of shit, but Dick Warlock, I mean, a longtime stuntman. He also was, of course, featured in some Friday the 13th films. Dick Warlock had really been around the block, and I thought he was the excellent fucking choice to play Michael Myers in this movie. And of course, we have Jamie Lee Curtis returning. We have Donald Pleasance returning and actually working a full shooting schedule. People forget that he was only on the original film for just those 3 days. And with this, he was there the entire production. I love this movie. I love the Mr. Sandman. Yes. Bring me a dream. Make him the kid. Sorry, I can't help it, AJ. I can't help it. AJ always says it wouldn't be Grande's Graveyard if I don't burst out into fucking song. I can't help it. But I love the use of Mr. Sandman in this. I love how Michael stalks. The cinematographer, again, Dean Cundy, he returned to do the cinematography. Of course, this is one of those classic sequels that takes place right after the original film ends. I mean, literally, Michael falls off the balcony. Loomis looks out, and the movie it's 3 years later in real time, but in movie time, it's like the next minute. And we're, bam, right thrust back into the thick of things. And this one does tone up the brutality. I know there's a lot of people that hate it for that. I think they tone it up just enough. I don't think it's ridiculous, but it's funny. I mean, when you do compare these films, I know there are a lot of people that say Halloween 2 is far inferior to Halloween 1, because with a lot of ways, Halloween 1, you can conceive, right? Like you can totally buy that this guy broke out of a mental institution and went around killing babysitters and so on and so forth. It's believable. It's Bible. In this, he's much more of like a supernatural force, an entity, something that cannot be destroyed. And basically, the whole movie is he breaks into a hospital and basically murders the entire staff. So it's a little bit more like, like, why the fuck do you believe that, Grande? But it's so damn good. It's so well done, and it feels a lot like the original movie. I really appreciate that Donald Pleasance was actually on set the entire time. They're able to do so much more with his character and give him a lot more screen time. I know a big complaint of this movie. Well, Jamie Lee Curtis is barely in it, and she's wearing a bad wig in a bed. I've heard that complaint numerous times again, which I asked the people who like Halloween Kills. She's fucking in a bed wearing a bad wig in that movie, and we put that over. I don't know. I'm just a little bit baffled on that. That never bothered me, by the way. As a matter of fact, I thought the wig in this looked good on Jamie Lee. Fuck it. I don't give a shit. We're gonna be fucking real tonight. But and John Steele, you took the thought right out of my fucking head. chicks in 2 are hot. Bro, I love the chicks in this. This is one of the only Halloween films with yits. You get some awesome fucking yits in this awesome little hot tub scene, of course, with Leo Rossi. Amazing Grace, come sit on my face. Don't make me cry. I need your pie. Leo Rossi as Bud is one of my favorite fucking characters in the whole series. That's comic relief done right. Of course, we have Pamela Susan Shroop as the lady shows her big ass yitties. Really awesome little scene. Nurse Janet, who's my favorite. I love Nurse Janet. Beautiful woman. Probably my favorite kill of the series when she backs up. And I use this as a thumbnail. She backs up after finding Dr. Mixter. She backs up, and it's a red tint that Cundy uses. Very cool because he uses a blue tint in the original film. It's a very red film at times. She backs up, and of course, half of the shape's face appears, grabs her, needle to the eye, and just drops. And of course, you get the little look. Probably my favorite kill of the entire series. Great stuff. I love Lance Guest as Jimmy. I really thought he added a nice heart to the film and had Jamie Lee's back. I like everything about this. Of course, my dad, Dana Carvey, is briefly in this in his film debut, which I always thought was fucking funny. Hey, it's Dana Carvey. Holy shit. He doesn't have any lines or anything, but he's in the film. I love this movie. So hold on, we got a bunch more comments. I don't want to keep falling too far behind. Oh man, I saw Empire First 2. I believe this is where I left off. If I missed your comment, don't feel free to repost it. Wow, video man, old school. Yeah, no man, I will keep this forever because this is a real relic of my past, like Hollywood Video. This is when I used to go rent movies as a kid to death, and I always loved this movie for that. I'll keep this forever. This is priceless to me. All you need is a VHS with a great grain to watch with it. Yeah, I think that's what added to this to me too. Like, I've seen the pristine cuts of this. I've seen this movie on 35 millimeter from Universal. It looks gorgeous. The Blu-ray looks gorgeous in my opinion. But adding that little extra grain adds a little bit more oomph to this movie to me. I love to watch this on VHS tape. It almost has that forbidden factor watching it on VHS. I love it. There's a death scene in Halloween 2 that's reminiscent of Blood and Black Lace and Deep Red. Yes, and I know what scene you're talking about. The old school videotape. Yeah, no, we gotta be rocking the old school videotape. Got the Anchor Bay 4 and 5, bro. I'm way ahead of you, brother. I got the double feature of Anchor Bay Part 4 and 5. The double feature, man. I don't know. I always rock Anchor Bay. Let's see. That's the best release with Terror in the Isles. Yes, that's true. This is the release with Terror in the Isles, the horror documentary from 1983. Of course, hosted by Donald Pleasance, which is really cool. It's a cool little horror documentary. I love this Blu-ray. I know that the Scream Factory one has more special features, and they have a commentary with Rick Rosenthal, the director of this, who I think does a wonderful job, and Leo Rossi. So I should get that edition just for the features. But I think this is a damn good Blu-ray. I'm not hating on the film whatsoever. It's a good film. It's just, if I had to pick the original and its sequel, I will always pick the original. Yeah, no, I hear that, man. And I'm glad John Steele, I saw John Steele said 2 is his favorite. Yeah, he said it right here. That's awesome. I'm so glad I'm not alone in that. I love this movie. I know a lot of people, when I tell them this is my favorite, they look at me like I'm crazy, but I don't know. Maybe it's because I saw it first, but I also think it's just a kick-ass movie. Dean Cundy. Yeah, no, that was a really important part, I think, of this movie, is bringing Dean Cundy back. It was such a smart move. Yeah, no, definitely. The women in Halloween 2 are beautiful. Totally one of the creative kills that wasn't revisited. Yeah, no. There is a death scene in Halloween 2. Oh, okay, I got you. But I love this movie. I think it's really, really well paced. Of course, you have the Mr. Garrett kill, the hammer kill to the head. Really, really brutal stuff. I really enjoy the just whole setting in this hospital. Really creepy. And I don't know how Rick Rosenthal was able to do it, but he really made Michael Myers just as scary as John Carpenter did. I like the way there's some scenes where there'll be two people talking and you could see Michael's in the room, like behind a shade or something. You see the shape. Really cool. I like how he utilized Dick Warlock as the shape in this. You have a crazy fucking finale, a great chase scene. Probably my favorite chase scene in the whole series, where Michael's chasing Laurie. She's trying to get on the elevator, and that scene, oh my God, it's just the best. It's just, I remember as a kid yelling at the television, like, close the door, bitch! You know, those classic scenes. And then that crazy finale with the only time ever in the series you get Donald Pleasance and Jamie Lee Curtis together on camera. That's the only time you ever see them together on camera is in this movie, is the very end when they kind of take on Michael Myers together. And they she of course shoots Michael in the eyes, and you get that great iconic shot of Michael bleeding from the eyes and then just swinging for the fences as they kind of turn the gases on the room. It's time, Michael. Boom! Big old explosion. Cue Mr. Sandman, cue credits. I love Halloween 2. My all-time favorite Halloween movie. In a lot of ways, I think it should have ended here. I really do, because that was the initial intent. Let's end this. We had a great, start with the original Halloween, and John Carpenter wasn't comfortable coming back. And I know a lot of people, I'll have to say this to the John Carpenter marks. A lot of people bash this movie now. Like John Carpenter has gone on record saying, I only made them brother and sister because I was drunk, blah, blah, blah. I've heard that story. I get that story. Rick Rosenthal initially wanted this to be far less gory and bloody and brutal than John Carpenter did. John Carpenter actually directed the second unit of this film and went back and shot some of the death scenes to make them exactly more brutal and tone them up. That was John Carpenter's move. And I know a lot of people believe, John Carpenter can do no wrong. And I agree. Most of the time, John Carpenter can do no wrong. He's one of the best filmmakers of all time. However, the people that bash this movie, it's too gory, blah, blah, blah. That was your buddy John Carpenter who made that call. And that was John Carpenter who fucking filmed some of it. So I don't want to hear that excuse with this particular movie. It's also not absurdly brutal or over the top, which we'll get to later in the series. But Halloween 2, to me, it's a 10 out of 10. I love this movie. We're going to bring back the tier list here, and it's going right on top with The Night He Came Home. That's Halloween 2 is an S tier for me. Let's see. It's the same night. It's the same as liking the second half of a film more. Yeah, no, it's exactly the case. And that's why, like, when this new Halloween 2018 was, we're going to forget about all the sequels except one, I'm like, how can you forget about 2? Because that's the same night. So you have to pretty much change what happened, which they eventually did. But I don't know, man. I don't understand why any franchise would want to forget this movie. I get why they did it, because, of course, people hate the brother-sister angle. I personally like it. I don't think it hurts the story at all. I think, if anything, it's pretty cool. Like, I always liked Empire Strikes Back, Luke, I Am Your Father. I always liked that, and I saw that first. So when I saw this shortly after that, it didn't rub me the wrong way like most people. I don't know. That's just me. I know there's a lot of people that get up in arms about that, but Halloween 2, I think, is the perfect slasher film sequel, and just as good as the original movie. I really do believe that. Chris Brock is in the house. Chris Brock, that's a name I've never seen before. Chris Brock, welcome to my graveyard. What are you drinking tonight, brother? I'm drinking some black cherry cola. I don't know if you're into that, but I love black cherry cola. Halloween 2 is badass. I always watch it after the original. Yeah, no, it's a great fucking double feature. Like, watching these movies back to back, it's a great double feature. It really is. It's like the perfect 3-hour movie. It's really, really good stuff. I will admit, Carpenter, possibly my favorite filmmaker, did do second unit on this film. I don't mind it quite a bit, actually. Yeah, no, I always found it funny. People were like, Rick Rosenthal, he made it into a Friday the 13th film. That's a lot of the, I'm just like, that was your buddy John Carpenter. He made that call. He went back to reshoot that stuff. And part of me wonders how effective this movie would have been if he had just left it alone. But I think John Carpenter was right here. I think you had to tone it up a little bit. A little bit more, not crazy, not dial up to 11, but a little bit louder. This way, it's a true sequel and of that right. So I really enjoy Halloween 2. Moving on into probably the black sheep of the franchise. And it's a shame that this is, of all the fucking movies in this franchise, it's a shame that this is the black sheep, but it is. It really, truly is. This is from 1982. This is from filmmaker Tommy Lee Wallace, who I fucking love, whether it be Fright Night Part 2 or Stephen King's miniseries of It. This is his film, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Where's Donovan at? Must be the season of the witch. Boom, boom. Love this movie. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. Again, another old school story I can kind of be afforded to tell you with this. I will never forget going to Hollywood Video, like I said, to rent all the Halloween movies. And every single time I would go for part 3, there'd be somebody at the cash register or takeout center that would be like, don't buy that. Don't watch that. I was always like, why? What the fuck? Why can't I watch this? Like, oh, well, we hate to spoil it for you, but it's not a Michael Myers story. That's the whole thing. Michael Myers is not in it. That's everybody and their mother will tell you that. I don't know, man. I hear that gripe. I know people fucking hate this movie forever for that. I don't think that's fair. I just don't think that's a fair assessment because, and I'll give a little bit of a background. The initial thought for the Halloween franchise after the original was John Carpenter said, let's make this like a Twilight Zone. Let's make this like an anthology film series in similar vein to that of Creepshow, which I know Creepshow wasn't around yet, but in that vein, where each movie we do a different story focused on Halloween, but with different horror tales. So the initial idea was to do something like this for Halloween 2. The Mustafa Akkad said, fuck no, I want to make Halloween 2 with Michael Myers. We can kill him off. Let's make 2. So they made 2, and then they, of course, finally made the Halloween sequel that they truly deep down inside wanted to make, and it was this film right here. I hear the people, and I see Robert saying, my opinion, I didn't like Halloween 3. And I know a lot of people that don't like this movie. I totally understand that. And oh, I see Reap singing the song. Nick Reap's in the house. Silver Shamrock. Dude, I would have loved to. I absolutely love that song, man. It's so good. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is my favorite film in the series and one of my favorites ever. Wow. I love this movie too. It's fucking great. And I'm excited to get into it. Halloween 3 has my favorite score from John Carpenter. Okay, very cool. Would have loved that. I would have loved that too. And you know, in a lot of ways, I think the movie Trick or Treat, from 2009, well, I guess 2007 is when it was completed. It didn't come out till 2009. That really would have been the idea to make that into a Twilight Zone series where each one focused around the holiday and a different horror story. That would have been very cool. But unfortunately, they didn't do that with this because, you know, this bombed like crazy financially. I've heard some horror stories of people back in the day going to the theater. My friend Frankie, who I used to work with security overnights, he went to the theater with his date thinking this was going to be a Michael Myers movie. Opening night, and they were both like, what the fuck is this? So I hear why people don't like it, but I think this is brilliant. I really think this is a brilliant movie. Of course, it tells the story of the Silver Shamrock Mass, and of course, it stars Tom Atkins, great horror legend. Thrill Me, Night of the Creeps. We love Tom Atkins. We all love Tom Atkins. He works in this hospital, and one night this man comes in clutching a mask and says, they're going to kill us all of these things. And of course, we dive right into the story of this company, Silver Shamrock, that make these masks, and Colonel Cochran. And the whole idea is that on Halloween night, there's going to be the big giveaway at 9. And of course, we find out, you know, towards the end of the movie that it's a evil plan to kill all the children of the world. And just wow, just what a dark plot to murder all the children of the world and to go that far with it. And there's one of my favorite scenes in horror history is the scene with this uppity family that they kind of, one guy, he's won the employee of the month or whatever. They have them in this test room, and the son is watching the commercial, and they do like a test of what's going to happen. And this kid, he grabs at his face, and all these snakes and bugs come out and kill him and his family. That scene always stuck with me. Whether you like this movie or not, you have to admit that's a fantastically done horror film scene. It is so dang scary to see that family murdered before your eyes. There's a crazy scene where this woman, she's fucking around with the Silver Shamrock thing, hits it, and her whole face just gets fucked up, and like all these bugs are crawling out of her face. Holy crap, man, it's nuts. You do have some sleaze. Of course, Tom Atkins is getting his dick wet. He's cheating on his wife with like 4 different women, which I fucking love in this movie. You have the classic Silver Shamrock song instead of the whole theme of London, the bridge is falling down. Instead, in this, it's happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. What a great idea to use the marketing and to really use the holiday more to your advantage, dare I say it, than this movie does. This is more of a celebration of the holiday of Halloween and revolves more around the holiday itself, more than John Carpenter's film. That's the truth. And don't get me wrong, I still love this movie. It's a fucking S tier. But this is more of a Halloween-centric film. It really is. And I just love it. I think it's really wild. It's batshit crazy. Let's go to comments here. Let's see. They definitely should have gotten Anthology Train. It has mostly proven successful. Yeah, I think if this had come out and made money, like way more money, I think that would have been the case. I think Halloween 4 would have been just another Halloween story. Instead, this kind of bombed. This is like the Halloween franchise's version of Friday the 13th Part 5, A New Beginning, right? Like both of them came out. People were like, where's Michael? Where's Jason? And then the next one is Jason Lives. And then the next one of this is the return of Michael Myers. So they knew where their money was. They didn't want to take a chance. But part of me really loves that they did take a chance on this movie. It has that old school Universal feeling. Of course, this was the last Halloween film shot in Universal. So in a lot of ways, this feels like a weird adaptation of a Universal monster movie where the lead monster is Colonel Cochran, this weird man who has this entire crazy evil plot and Stonehenges. And oh man, it's fantastic. I used to hate Halloween 3 as a kid, but I've grown up to love it. Such a cool concept. Tom Atkins is the man. Yeah, I love Tom Atkins. It really is. I know it's a movie that rubs people the wrong way, and it probably forever will. But I love it. I think it's really, really good stuff. Ranked 2, 1, 3 for me. I consider 1 and 2 the same film. Yeah, no, it really is. And I think I would agree with you. That'd be my top 3 as well. I love the first 3 the best. And I probably would go in that order too. I loved Halloween 3 first time I saw it, and I was shocked people gave it crap for not having Michael Myers. And every time I rewatched it, it's honestly become my favorite. Fun fact, Aiden, my parents, this is their favorite Halloween movie. I remember them always telling me as a kid, don't listen to the people in the Halloween video, rent this movie. It's worth the shit. And I watched it as a kid, and I fucking completely agreed. Even from the first time I saw it, I was like, that's a fucking awesome little movie. And I want to see more like this. And unfortunately, we didn't get more like this with this particular franchise. Tom Atkins always gets the broads. Dude, he's banging so many women in this movie. He's banging like one of the nurses in the hospital. He's toying with the orderly. He's banging fucking the guy who dies in his arms. He's banging his daughter. Fucking really fun shit. I went through some of the most bizarre death scenes in horror film. And yeah, no, it really does. They're brutal fucking kills. Kid kills in exactly. Yes. I think killing a kid in a film is as far as you can go. But man, it's really fucked up. Like you don't expect it. And the whole idea of leaving it open at the end. Stop it. The third channel. There's no time. Stop it. We don't know what happened. Did all the kids in the world die from the silver shamrock masks? We may never know. Tommy Lee Wallace does a great job of making this film feel like it's a giant grand scope, whereas they show every town in the United States. These kids have masks. These kids have masks. And you get the idea that if they die, their parents are going to die right after, because if they're in the same room, who the hell is going to save them? So he's trying to wipe out humanity. It's just fucking crazy. Like, what a ballsy film. And I know that's going to rub people the wrong way. Sometimes when a filmmaker comes out and has balls, it could really turn people's stomachs the other way, man. But when I saw this, I just loved it. Yeah, damn right he's a player, man. He's got his dick in anything that can fucking move. I'm surprised he didn't fucking stick his dick in the fucking silver shamrock mask. Honestly, I could listen to Corey or you talk about these films all day. Others, not so much. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate you saying that. I was honestly pissed and confused first time I saw it as a kid, but now I love it. Yeah, no, I know a lot of people. If you weren't warned, maybe that's why, but I was fully warned. I was told by this fucking clerk. He's like, don't fucking rent this. And I was like, my fucking mom said to rent it, so fuck you. So I rented it and loved it. So I don't know. That's just me, though. Only change for me. Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I was confused too when I first saw it. Yeah, a lot of people seem to be. I would have made 3 masks to go with the iconic 3. I love the mask designs in this. Of course, just simple. Skeleton, pumpkin, witch. Very simple. Really cool stuff. I love Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. This is going to be... This is tough. Well, hold on. Let me put this back on the thing here. It's so close between an S and an A. For now, I'm going to say A. I think it's a very high A. We could be persuaded. If enough people think S, we could put it in S, because it's a fucking great movie. It really, truly is a fantastic Halloween film, in my opinion. However, with the release of Halloween 3, it financially was not successful, unfortunately. And Mustafa Akkad said, let's take a couple of years off. Let's recollect our breaths. And we're going to reboot this son of a bitch 10 years after John Carpenter's original. Thus, in 1988, director, I believe it was Dwight H. Little. Yes, Dwight H. Little took the director's chair. He also directed stuff like Anacondas 2, The Hunt for the Blood Orchid. This is his film, Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. Yes, the return of the shape back on the big screen. I will say this right off the bat. I think this is the Halloween movie they have been trying to make for years. I think David Gordon Green wishes he could make a movie like Halloween 4. I think Rob Zombie wishes he could make a movie like Halloween 4. I think it's one of the best reboots ever. And it's weird because people go, oh, it's not a reboot, Grande. That's part 4. It kind of is a reboot, though, because let's think about it. Michael Myers was dead and buried in 1981, left to burn in the ashes as the Cordettes sang Mr. Sandman. And then we get the Season of the Witch, and then nothing, not any noise for 6 years from Season of the Witch to this film. Let's bring Michael Myers back. Let's bring him back with a vengeance. Of course, they bring Donald Pleasance back as one of the best, of course, hype men in horror movie history. And this franchise was all of a sudden kind of handed off to a young up-and-coming actress who was just 8 years old at the time, and Danielle Harris. And they moved on from Jamie Lee Curtis's character. Of course, in this, they explained she died in a car accident. And now we follow Michael Myers' niece, Danielle Harris, Jamie Lloyd, and the film kind of plays out from there. We have some great character actors in this. Ellie Cornell, who is probably my favorite probably my favorite character of the whole series. I love Ellie Cornell. I think she does such a fucking good job in this movie. I love her. I think she's fantastic. Of course, she went on to go and be in some really bad films like House of the Dead, some Uwe Boll films, of course, but I love Ellie Cornell in this. I think she does a great job. Of course, Sasha Jensen is Brady. Brady, get up there, Rachel. I love Brady banging the cop's daughter and shit. Brady is so much fun. Of course, you remember Sasha Jensen from films like Dazed and Confused, and one of my favorite episodes of the TV show Monsters, The Match Game. Love Sasha Jensen. Just think he's a great actor. This is a great movie in a lot of ways. And the first thing that jumps in my mind with Halloween 4 is the opening shots of the fall, of these Halloween decorations. And Dwight H. Little, right off the fucking word go, captures the fall aesthetic and atmosphere that a Halloween film should have. I love those opening credits. And they don't play the Michael Myers theme. They don't play the do-do-do-do-do-do. It's just somber. It's fucking dark. All these shots of a scarecrow, the field, this bright orange text. Right off the bat, you're into this. It feels like Halloween. That's a big positive for me. Of course, Michael breaks out of this ambulance transfer. Why do you always transfer this man on Halloween Eve, motherfuckers? I'll never know. He breaks out, and we are kind of followed into the story. He goes back to Haddonfield. Of course, Dr. Loomis is hot on his trail. I always loved in this that Dr. Loomis is picked up by this other crazy old man. And I thought he was a great character in this. And they're talking to each other, and you're hunting it, ain't you? Armageddon always has a face and a name. And I love these two guys drinking, driving down the road, talking, shooting the bullshit about evil and all this good stuff. And I loved that little character. I thought he was such a cool character to throw in this movie. And I think that in a lot of ways, and I think people have argued this could be argued the best sequel. It really, really is. I think it is a really great sequel because it's one of the few movies in the series that captures that same aesthetic and fall vibe of the original movie. And the town of Haddonfield, I mean, it just feels like Halloween. Of course, we're introduced to a lot of these other kids that are bullying Danielle Harris's character. They're all these kids from school. I remember kids being mean, but I don't ever remember kids being that fucking mean. Like, they're like teasing her. They're like, your mom's dead. Like, what the fuck, you little bastard? What the fuck, you piece of shit? And then later he's like, hey, cool costume. You want to go trick-or-treating with us? I would have been like, fuck you, motherfucker. Don't you call out my fucking dead mom. Fuck. Fucking little asshole. Son of a bitch, man. Let's see. Halloween 4 is a decent time waster for me. Okay, so lower on yours. Okay. What's up, brother? Just got home from seeing Antlers. Ryan Snyder, the ultimate Halloween fan, is in the heezy. Ryan is such a Halloween mark. He bought the fucking Halloween 4Ks and doesn't have 4K. That's fucking crazy, man. That's how dedicated Ryan is, man, to the Halloween series. What's up, man? How was Antlers? Tell me. I would have just added those 3 plus 3 other characters, Aiden, just mixing it up. But yes, Grande's point of simplicity is on point. Thank you, man. Had that version, got the separate Anchor Bay Blues now. Oh, that's awesome. How are the transfers, John? I'll be honest. I don't think the DVD looks bad at all. I watched this last Halloween 4. Doesn't look bad to me at all. All Part 4 needed was the mask from Part 1 to be perfect. And that's the thing with this movie. And it's funny because on the poster, that's the original mask. Imagine if that mask is in this movie. Holy shit. The mask in this, it's not good, but it doesn't bother me like some of the other masks does, especially when we get into one of the ones from the 90s. I think that's the worst mask and the worst fucking Michael Myers for my money. Return of Michael Myers was the best. Dude, we love part 4, man. Michael Myers mask in Part 4 sucks. Yeah, no, it's not that good. I think you will dig Antlers. I'm eventually going to get a 4K TV. LOL. Dude, you got to get a 4K player too now. Come on. You got to. No, it's funny because I'm like, oh, I wonder if Ryan got them. And then I remembered like the week before you were like, oh, I don't have 4K. I don't have it. And I was like, oh, cool. And the next thing I see is you posting the 4Ks. I was like, did you just tell me you didn't have 4Ks? I had a good laugh at it. I thought it was funny. Decent transfers. Okay, that's cool. But this is just a great movie. I love Bo Starr is the sheriff in this. I really like his interactions with Donald Pleasance. I like the whole hearkening back to Michael as a little boy in the clown costume. And of course, Danielle Harris, she picks the clown costume. So you see the family resemblance, if you will. Really cool stuff. And I think where this movie shines brightest is its finale. I love the finale in this house where it all escalates, where Michael Myers is on the roof chasing Ellie Cornell and Danielle Harris, and I can't get down. Try, damn it! And Michael's stabbing, and Ellie Cornell having to do a tuck and roll off the roof and battling the shape, and great stuff. I mean, what a fun fucking finale this movie has. Of course, all the hillbillies that team up and band together to try to stop Michael Myers, and that goes horribly wrong. Who could forget Bucky, the security of the fucking electric place? Michael Myers takes him and throws him, and big old explosion to kill the power. Fantastic. Fan-fucking-tastic. I love that. I think Dwight H. Little gets so little credit for this movie. Because we all mention John Carpenter. We all mention Rick Rosenthal. We all mention, people will talk about it for better or worse, Rob Zombie and David Gordon Green. But I don't think we mentioned Dwight H. Little enough. I think he was the closest, aside from Halloween 2, to recapturing that grandeur feel of an aesthetic that the original movie has. This movie has fall written all over it. I like the scares. I think the suspense is well done. There's an interesting sequence where Loomis and the sheriff and Ellie Cornell, they're all like getting out of the car, and you see numerous people wearing the Michael Myers costume. And for a minute, they all believe it. Donald Pleasance is like, oh my God. I don't know why, but as a kid, I was like, that was really cool. And I like that it's, we're just playing a trick and go the hell home, God damn it. And then we see the real Michael as the rear shot as the car pulls away. Genius. Really cool stuff. I like that. Just everything they tried in this film really worked. And of course, the whole swerve at the end of now the niece has inherited Michael's evil, kills her mom, holds up the knife. Loomis, no, pointing the gun as we fade to black. I love Halloween 4. Halloween 4 is fucking great, in my opinion. A really, really, really good sequel. And again, could have been the ending. You could have just ended it there. Honestly, Michael Myers' story could have ended there. They shot him as shit. He fall down the freaking well, and that was dynamite, and that's it. That would have been something. That would have just been fine. It would just end it here. They didn't do that, though, and we will move on. But let's see. Return of Michael Myers is the best. Yeah, totally, man. Love it. Great stuff. Totally great stuff. Miss C is in the house. Miss C, what's going on? Welcome to my graveyard. Hey, Grande, I know you from King Needs Gores and the Summertime Slashing videos, so I decided to check out your live video. Thank you so much, Miss C. I had such a great time doing those Summertime Slashing series, and slight spoiler alert, we may be returning to do one sole Wintertime Slashing episode. It's in the works. So if you like that Summertime Slashing series, we may have a winter episode for you. So I'm really excited. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. So we are going to now rank this on here. I'm sorry, I meant to do this one. We are going to rank this. Halloween 4, The Return to Michael Myers, is another A tier for me. It's the movie that all of these filmmakers have been trying to make, and they can't do it. I don't know why, but they can't do it. It's Dwight H. Little's film, in my humble opinion. I really think Dwight H. Little did a great job. Hey, Internet, it's Eric here. Oh, boy, Halloween 5, Burn It. I guess that's a transition to the next film of the series. Yes, from 1989, a very short turnaround. I believe they got this out the following Halloween. So this was a rush job. And it is from director Dominique Othenin-Girard, who you may remember from such shitty movies as The Omen 4, The Awakening with Damien's daughter. I'm talking about Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. All right. So this is maybe where I lose everybody. My mistake, you're on 4. Get it up there, the top, my favorite. Well, it's an A tier, brother. It is an A tier. I love Halloween 4. I just gushed all over it. So it's a very good time. I love that movie. Halloween 5 is the freaking worst, man. Bottom of the barrel for you, Aiden. The worst, absolute worst. I can't lie. This is not the worst for me. It's not. And I don't hate it as much as I should. I really don't. I really, truly don't. And a lot of people I hear this fucking four-eyed motherfucker. I hear y'all bitching, but let me explain. Let me explain, please. Okay. I will admit that there are some bad shit in this movie. The whole introducing the Thorn cult where they didn't know where they were going with it. The man in the black toe steel boots. The fucking, no offense, if anyone stutters, no offense to you, but the stuttering kid is annoying in this movie. I have to say it. I'm sorry. He's just like a stupid pirate, and I wanted to punt kick him through the fucking field goal. That's just personally my thing. Also, I mean, the Tina character, shut the fuck up, please. She was sucking Greg Nicotero's dick, so that's how she got the job for this movie. Wendy Kaplan, who's probably the worst. Well, Judy Greer is fucking bad. Judy Greer is worse than Wendy Kaplan, but Wendy Kaplan's number 2 in like worst Halloween characters as Tina in this. But there's a reason I don't hate this movie. And it's the sole reason that it still feels like a Halloween movie to me. The atmosphere of it is still on. It was, of course, made in the later 80s, but it still has that Halloween feel. Like you can watch Halloween 4, Halloween 5, even Halloween 2. You get that same kind of aesthetic and atmosphere of the fall. It's not as well done here. It's probably as weak as it is in the first 5 done, but I still think you get that classic fall autumn vibe. I think there are some interesting things in this. Of course, I like the return to the Michael Myers house in the finale. Come home, Michael. Come home to where it all began. I love that. I think that's really good. And Michael Myers comes back home, and the whole finale of Danielle Harris climbing up the fucking laundry chute, Michael Myers stabbing the hell out of it, and she's even stepping on the knife at points to get up. That's some good stuff. I think this has some really decent kills too, considering that this was 1989. This is when the MPAA was bending movies over and fucking them over if they had gory kills. And unfortunately, this is a movie that is a victim of it. Not as bad as, so say, a Sleepaway Camp 3 or a Friday the 13th, The New Blood, Part 7. But some of the kills are cut away in this. However, I like the kill of the other Michael. And, all right, asshole, trick or treat. And he gets that kind of garden hoe to the face. Whack. Wow, what a crazy kill. I really like the scene in the barn where they build the tension so well. They have a few false scares. There's a black cat. There's, of course, the two that scare them. The couple dressed up as the devil, of course. He's fucking her. And then, bam, gets a rake to the back and turns it over. And, oh, my God, blood all over the yits. And then Michael kills her with a scythe, which I wish you got to see that. Apparently, MPAA cut the shit out of that. Unfortunately, that'll never see the light of day. This movie does have its moments. I think people just, for whatever reason, this is the one that bothers people the most. I hear you, but there, to me, with the rest of the movies on this slate, no way. There's just no way. I can, as bad as it is at times, I can rewatch it a lot more than a lot of them. Like, I dare to say I've seen this a lot more than I've seen a Resurrection or even a Rob Zombies Part 2. I've watched this way more. Way more. It's just, it still has that feel that the original movies did, and I appreciate it for that. Are there some horrible things? Sure. I think killing off Ellie Cornell was one of the stupidest things you ever could have done. I think Aiden says the mask in this is terrible. He looks like a fucking shaved bird, or he looks like Nicolas Cage, whatever you want to pick. He looks terrible in this. There's another scene I really like where Wendy Kaplan's getting in the car. Michael, open the door. And of course, he's gripping the steering wheel, and you're like, oh my God, this bitch is about to get killed. But again, doesn't pay off. He kind of just drives away, kills her later. Interesting. Very cool little kind of scene there. I like that. I don't know. I like, as much as it does wrong, and trust me, it does a lot wrong. I mean, the Loomis character randomly dies in this film. He's die. He falls down and is supposedly has a heart attack. That was supposed to be the end of the Loomis character, but it's so unclear and poorly done that he shows up in part 6. So very cool, very interesting kind of fucking turnaround there. Of course, the ending where Michael Myers is sitting in a police station and this guy shoots it up. Blasphemy. I can agree with that, but I like the Danielle Harris. No. Fade to black. I don't know. I don't hate Halloween 5 as much as most people. I don't. I think there are far fucking worse sequels in this franchise than this. I get why people hate it. I totally hear the gripes. But to me, when I watch a Halloween film, I want a feeling like the atmosphere and aesthetic that the first 5 movies have. And whether it's, it's definitely the weakest of the first 5. I'm not going to deny that. I don't hate this movie. I don't know. We have a ton of comments. So let me go back. Hold on. Holy moly. See, bringing up Halloween 5. It brings, let's see. Halloween 5 is the freaking worst. Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers is more like Montezuma's Revenge. Oh, shit. Wait till we get to Halloween Kills. I have a subtitle for that one. It's all good. You don't hate it, bro. Explain away. Yeah, no, that's my explanation. And I don't know. That's just me. I'm sticking to my guns. Halloween 5 is the worst. I think Resurrection is a better film. Wow. I don't see. I definitely. I don't even think either one of them are the worst, to be honest. We'll get to which one I think are the worst. I respect when someone can appreciate some good shit about a horror film. Thank you, Mr. Marks. Thank you so much. I've never seen your name on the graveyard. Thank you so much for stopping by tonight, man. Rock on. I'm with you, brother. Don't hate it either. It's bad aspects, but it also has some good ones. Yes, this one, more so than any of them, I think people just see the bad. They don't see any good in this movie. I don't think Dominic Lothian-Gerard was a good filmmaker, and his whole entire filmography is proof of that. However, I do think this motherfucker tried. I really do. There's scenes where the two girls are talking. Of course, oh God, I forget the blonde girl's name, but her and Wendy Kaplan, they're talking outside, and you could see Michael stalking behind them. Is it as well done as it is in, say, a Halloween 2 or Halloween 4? No. But I appreciate that he at least gave a shit and was trying to make it like the first film. Make the mute kid have an interpreter that stutters. Tina cops with sound bad. Oh yes, the cops with the clown effects like Last House on the Left. That's an homage to that. That's the one thing people don't really like about Last House on the Left, which is funny. You're gonna hate me, but I don't mind that scene either. When Uncle, let me see. I don't know. It's bad, but I like it. I could go on, but preach it, brother. That car chase was good. Yeah, no, I like Loomis is fucking had it in this movie. That's why I like Donald Pleasance. He is fucking not a nice guy anymore. He's just like, fuck this. Like, I'm done with this shit. The atmosphere is good in the film, but the story is crap, and that mask is shitty looking. It is. It definitely is. And it's a lot of ways a movie that really promised a lot of things it doesn't deliver. This time, he's unmasked. We don't really see the full face. We see an eye. This time they're ready. Bullshit. They all drive away from the house, and that's when the finale happens. It's like Loomis, one other cop, and Danielle Harris in the house. But I like the finale. It's a good fucking finale. Some of the sequels have some of the worst Michael Myers masks. Yeah, I will get to the one I think is the worst Michael Myers mask. I wonder who the guy was in the black jacket that let Michael Myers out of jail. Well, you find out in the next film, Mr. Simeone, and we're going to get right into that. I think the atmosphere of Dr. Loomis is good, but it was boring, poor sequel. Yeah, no, I'm definitely alone in this. I'm alone in not bashing it. I don't think Corey's here, because if Corey was here, I think he'd fucking freak out, because I know he thinks Halloween 5's the worst. I bet you I've lost some of the audience. I guarantee you I did. But that's fine. Hey, I'm just being honest. I'm just giving my 2 cents. I've seen fucking way worse movies than Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. That being said, though, it is a step down from parts 1 through 4. It really, truly is a step down. I just don't see it as the big step down most people do. I'm going to give Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers, a C grade. That's probably higher than probably hardly anybody has it on here. But that's just my opinion. I've seen worse films in this franchise too. We're going to have worse ones. And the controversy is only going to grow from here because my opinions on the first 4, I definitely think people will agree. From this one on, I don't know where we're going. So I don't know. I'm excited. Let me take a sip of my drink. And also, I don't know if anybody has candy tonight, but I'm rocking with candy here. I got the Twix, and I think it's time we bust one open. Oh, man, that's some good fucking soda. I'm busting out Twix bar. Anybody like Twix here? I don't know. I'm a big fan of Twix. Let me bust this son of a gun out. Big fan. Oh, man, that's good. Bloodbound Productions in the house. Gideon, what's up, buddy? Let's see. One question: why was Michael still allowed to wear the mask in the jail? Would he be allowed to wear it? Yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? Also, I didn't mind Don Shanks as Michael Myers. I know a lot of people hate Don Shanks. I also like George P. Wilbur in Part 4. I think they were both good. Michael Myers wearing his mask in jail was hilarious. Yeah, it is fucking funny. Twix are my shit. I'm sipping on some whiskey as always. Dude, cheers, man. Better snort some pop for the rest of the movies. Yeah, no, we're going to snort Smarties with Corey. Moving on into the next entry of the series, of course, the cliffhanger ending of Halloween 5. That was the last one made by that studio. And, of course, Dimension Films took over, bought the rights. And in 1995, they turned out a little movie called Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers. Yes, Halloween 6. This was written by diehard horror fan Dan Farrens. And if you don't know who Dan Farrens is, Dan Farrens, he is actually the creator and filmmaker behind my favorite horror documentary of all time, Camp Crystal Lake Memories. He is a diehard Halloween fan, diehard Friday the 13th fan. He is a fan through and through. Now, that's why I think you get the result that you do with this film. This is like fan fiction. This is if you gave the ending of Halloween 5 to a diehard fan and said, go for it, pal. The slate is clean. Make your movie, buddy. And he did. I think now this is also a case where I think too many fucking cooks were in the kitchen. You had, of course, Joe Chappelle, who had made a movie called Phantoms. And then, of course, he also made Hellraiser Bloodline, which is probably one of my least favorite Hellraiser movies. He does an okay job here. This is the one and only Halloween film that has a grungy feel to it. It doesn't feel like the first 5 at all, but it doesn't feel like anything after it. This is really a product of its time. Of course, 94, that's when grunge music, I guess actually more 93, where grunge music had taken over the whole musical scene. This film in vain feels very grungy. There's just a grunge feel and aesthetic to it that no other Halloween movie has. And I kind of like that about it. Of course, Paul Rudd. We all remember Paul Rudd returning as the Tommy Doyle character in this. And I was there. I was a little boy. And the Thorn Cult and all these things. And this is a classic case of too many cooks in the kitchen and giving the script of a major movie to someone who was a major fan. I appreciate what Dan Farrens was trying to do. I really do. And I don't hate this movie. I don't. I've seen worse Halloween films than this. This is a mess, though. This is a fucking mess. But with all it said, it's a very watchable mess. And I know there's a whole controversy. Oh, the producer's cut and the theatrical cut. I like the theatrical cut better because there's fucking gore. There's at least on-screen kills in this. The producer's cut, I don't care for the ending with the fucking magical rocks that ward off Michael Myers. That's horrible, in my opinion. And they cut all the gore out of the film. Makes no sense. But I do think, for what it's worth, there's a couple decent death scenes in this. I really like the abusive father who smacks his daughter in this. And he gets this crazy kill where he's stabbed and electrocuted and he fucking explodes. Whoa, that's crazy. I like there's a sweet little old lady who's in the house, and Michael kind of stalks her throughout the house. There's a great scene where she's outside and there's all these laundry sheets. And she's going through all of them and she falls down and the shape appears, whack. And then, of course, you get the blood spatter, the blood pitter patter on the white sheets. I like that. I think that's a good death scene. As funny and over the top as Paul Rudd is in this, I do like him as an actor. He's likable. This, of course, was the swan song for Mr. Donald Pleasance as the Sam Loomis character. I really like Donald Pleasance in these movies. It's sad. In this, you could tell he's really old. And I think, as a matter of fact, I don't believe he saw the finished film. I believe he passed away right before it came out. So that's a shame. Donald Pleasance, I think, was so important to the Michael Myers character and to why this movie series worked as a whole. And I believe every Halloween after this sorely misses him. I really do believe that. I think every single Halloween after this is missing that one element that is Donald Pleasance. And you can CGI him. You can get an actor that looks like him. You can cast Malcolm McDowell. You can't replace Donald Pleasance. I don't want to hear about the CGI. I don't want to hear about this, that, and the other. There's only one Donald Pleasance, and he sadly passed away. So may you rest in peace, Mr. Pleasance. But I really like to see him back in this. And then, of course, they go very much into explaining the Thorn cult and all of these things. And, of course, they insinuate that Michael got Jamie pregnant with a baby. He kills her. Of course, they replace Danielle Harris. Horrible decision with J.C. Brandy, who has gotten a lot of shit for it. It's not J.C. Brandy's fault. It's really the studio's fault. Another case of having too much, cooks in the kitchen to not bring Danielle Harris back, who meant so much to this series. I think they did her a complete disservice, which I'm happy Rob Zombie brought her back. But I do think, for what it's worth, this is another, while it's a mess, it is a watchable mess. It really is. It's interesting. I like the whole Barry Sims character and Halloween. We have somebody here tonight that lives in the Strode house. I like that. And of course, Mommy, it's raining. And they kind of put their, and it's fucking Barry Sims' body and it's all bleeding all over this girl's hand. And Donald Pleasance sees it. That's a cool shot. I think this is an interesting, unique Halloween movie. I like that creepy little old lady from across the street that discusses Sam Hain, the holiday. Bonfires were lit in hopes to ward off the boogeyman. I like that. There are some elements in this that I like. Again, this is another one where people see it and just automatically go, fuck that. I hear you. But I do think there's a lot more to be, I don't know, to see and enjoy here. I do. Is it a great movie? No. You do have a woman in this that shows her breast, that she is the smallest yitties I've ever seen in my life. My yitties are bigger than her yitties. And that's not even an insult to me. It's an insult to her. She is the tiniest yitties I've ever seen in my life. And I watched an interview with the actress. She was like, oh, I would have got naked for David Lynch, but I gave him a good fight on this. I was like, bitch, you ain't got nothing to show. What the fuck? You got the flattest boobs I ever seen in my life. What the fuck, lady? That's one bitch that needs implants. That's some bitch that needs implants. I'm sorry, but holy shit, that was crazy. But I didn't even think that scene was too bad. Like, the one guy gets out of the shower, defogs it, Michael's there. That's some good stuff. The whole finale is insane, where Michael just kills all of these fucking people. And then, of course, Paul Rudd tranks him and beats the holy shit out of Michael Myers with a pipe. Crazy, man. Like, pretty crazy finale. I like this movie. I really do. I get why people hate it again, and it is a mess. But for some reason, it's a watchable mess for me. It's funny. 5 and 6 are probably my two most unpopular opinions on this series, because I don't hate this either. I think it's an interesting, unique train wreck. It's one of those train wrecks where it's like, I can't look away, because this is actually interesting to see how this unfolds. And it's funny because this was really the last movie to go with the original timeline, like 1 through 6. You can even watch 1 through 6 and they all connect. There's not one where it's like, oh, we forget about that. I guess other than Halloween 3, we forget about this one or that one. this is really the last Halloween movie in that original continuity before they said, okay, now we have to move off on all these different timelines. And I don't know. I don't hate it. It's certainly a lot better than Hellraiser 4 Bloodlines, made by Joe Chappelle. But it does leave a little bit to be desired, and it isn't a great movie, and I can get why people fucking hate it. I'm not on that bandwagon either. I don't think it's that poor. I really don't. Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, we're going to rank it now. It's going to be the same grade for me. It's going to be a solid C movie for me. I think there are some positives to it. Let's see. Okay, I think we were here. Always nice to see someone give praise to movies I dislike. Love your reasons. No judgments from me. Yeah, no, and Erica, it's funny. My least favorite remake is that Elm Street remake. But it was very interesting to see you make a video to defend it, and you went to bat for it. That doesn't, it takes cojones to do, is to go to bat for a movie that most people fucking hate. And I appreciate that you did that, man, and you spoke your true thoughts, because I think there are a lot of people that are afraid to do so. Saw Curse at the Show, I believe. Really? What are your thoughts, AJ? I don't know if we've ever talked Halloween 6. Halloween 6, both versions are crappy. In my opinion, it's objectively the worst, but I blame 5 for that crappy thorn of cold plot. Yeah, no, a lot of people hate 5 because it sets 6 up to fail. I've heard that a lot. Oh, Lord. Oh, I don't know. John Steele might not be with me. I don't know. The quote on the top of the DVD is comedy gold. Yes, the scariest Halloween of them all. That's bullshit. I'll even tell you that. Friday the 13th beats this. Sorry, not sorry. I agree. I love Friday the 13th part 5. I love Friday the 13th part 5. I watched it last night and still enjoy it. Rudd is very bland and boring in it, but I think I like the kills, and I know I will get shit, but I like the grungy score. I do too. There's something about this movie that there's no other Halloween movie like it. There really isn't. Dr. Loomis made these lesser sequels, in my opinion, watchable. Totally. They sorely miss him. I love how creepy Mrs. Blankenship called him. Little Mikey Myers. I like her, man. She's a creepy old bitch. The only people I want to see live at the Myers are Big John, oh God. Wait till we get into Big John, Little John. Miss Blankenship was a nice nod to Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Yes, it was. And I like that character. I like when Michael kills the guy in the basement. Yes, bro. The electricity, when that guy explodes, that's crazy. The foam at the mouth, really, really wild, that scene. I really like that kill scene. That's why I don't like there's some marks that go, oh, the producer's cut's better. No fucking way. The director's cut's better. I don't even think it's an argument, but I don't know. That's another thing where it's like, oh, explains more though. Do you really want this explained more? Like, are you fucking crazy? Like, I don't know. That's just my 2 cents. But Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers, C grade for me. Not one of the worst in my opinion. Moving on into the sort of reboot. I guess this was the first reboot of the franchise. 20 years after the original came out, Jamie Lee Curtis approached John Carpenter to make a Halloween movie 20 years after the original. She said, why don't we get together? You'll direct it. I'll star and we'll do this again. John Carpenter initially was on board, backed out because John Carpenter has no fucking interest in these movies other than collecting a paycheck. I really do think after the third one, really, John Carpenter, I think he's just happy to collect his paycheck. And that's the thing I admire about John Carpenter. He always wants to do new and other things. He always wants to move on and do different stuff. And that's why I really respect him. In similar vein to why I respect a guy like James Wan. James Wan could have rode that Saw train all the fucking way to the fucking pay window. And don't get me wrong, he's still making his money from Saw as an executive producer and all these, all the Saw shit. I'm sure he's still making his money. But I admire that he didn't say, hey, let me direct Saw 2. He went out and made a movie like Dead Silence. He made Death Sentence. He made Insidious. He made some really, really good movies that in their own right became big hits. The Conjuring. I know recently people didn't like it, but Malignant. I really respect James Wan. He's really one of the best filmmakers we have today in the horror genre. And he reminds me of John Carpenter in that vein of not wanting to ride the same thing that you're known for over and over and over. We're an artist. Let's create. Let's make some art that's new. It's not just the same palette. That's why I think John Carpenter passed up on this film. But they actually brought in Steve Miner to direct this movie from 1998. This is Halloween H2O. 20 years later. As Ty Junebug calls it, Halloween Water, which I think is pretty funny. Halloween Water, Halloween H2O. Of course, they forget Halloween's 3, 4, 5, and 6. This is a direct sequel to Part 2, taking place 20 years later to the day that Part 2 ended. So in a lot of ways, there's a continuity where this is the true Halloween 3. And Jamie Lee returns. We, of course, have some new additions to the cast. Josh Hartnett, Michelle Williams. The ladies love Cool J. This is really the Halloween Scream film. I almost want to call it Halloween Scream, because that's what this movie is. It really is Halloween Scream. Kevin Williamson is brought in to write the screenplay. And basically, they pretty much reboot the franchise. Michael Myers comes back 20 years later. He kills Nancy Stevens' character in the opening scene. Of course, he also kills Joseph Gordon-Levitt, which is funny to see him in a movie like this. And we follow Laurie Strode's character, who has now moved from Haddonfield, changed her name to, I think, Sherry Tate or something like that. Something Tate. She's changed her name, and she's trying to really move on from the post-traumatic stress that she suffered in the first film. The first thing that I think stands out about this movie is that Jamie Lee Curtis's character actually has an arc. I love her arc in this film. She's drinking a little bit. She's having these nightmares. Her son is trying to be there and supportive. And there's a scene where I love between the two of them where she says, "I need you to give me one day, John." And I like Josh Hartnett. "I've given you 17 years, Mom. I've had it. He's dead. Michael Myers is dead." I love that scene between the two of them, where it really does eat her up alive. Every Halloween, she dreads what happened to her that fateful night in 1978. She really cannot move past it. And I really love her performance in this. I think Jamie Lee does a great fucking job. I really do. There are some negatives, though, and I think a lot more negatives than probably people would think I would have with this movie. I think this is the worst Michael Myers. Chris Durand is terrible as Michael Myers. He is unequivocally the worst one for me. I don't even think it's close. People shit on Brad Lorre. People shit on Tyler Mane. People shit on Don Shanks. No fucking way. Fucking Chris Durand is the shittiest Michael Myers by a mile. The mask in this movie, they change it like 7 fucking times. There's, in the opening scene, it's the mask from Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6. At points, it's this fucking mask with the hair looks goofy. At points, the eye holes are fucking ginormous. At one point, there's a CGI mask. What the fuck? How the fuck? I don't understand how they fucked up the masks this badly. I think this is the worst mask and the worst actor to play the shape. I really do. Chris Durand, he moved too quick. He almost does this thing with his head where he's like moving. Like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't know why Steve Miner directed him like he directed him, but it was very fucking poorly acted by Chris Durand. This one has a lower body count in trying to kind of pay homage to the original movie. But I think where this one really misses is this is the first Halloween film, I think, with a weak atmosphere. There's nothing fall about this. There's nothing Halloween feeling about this. The climax of this movie takes place in a fucking like academy. So it's nothing, it's not even Halloween decorated really. It's kind of just blah. It just looks like a boring boarding school. And you know, we're giving these characters, again, not much to them. There's one of them is the kid from Jumanji who gets fucking sucked into the board game. I always remembered him from that. One is this like goth chick right here, Jodie Lynn O'Keefe or something. Now, interesting fun fact, there is a scene shot for this movie where she mentions Halloween 4, 5, and 6. Initially, this wasn't going to retcon everything. She was going to be sitting in the circle with the kids, and they shot this. This scene has been shot, where she was explaining about, you know, Jamie Lloyd and that Laurie had a kid that she didn't want. And Josh Hartnett was heartbroken to hear that he had a sister that he never knew about that passed away. They were going to connect it all. This was technically going to be Halloween 7. I would fucking pay stupid money to see that scene now. Like, where is that scene? Like, I know they recorded it. All the actors claim they were there. They recorded it. It's in the bag. It's never been shown in a deleted scene. I guess it's one of those that just ended up on the cutting room floor, unfortunately. But I would like to see that scene personally. I think that'd be so interesting if you threw that in there. And then maybe a scene with Jamie Lee Curtis being upset of having to let go of Danielle Harris. I really think that would have been something. I don't know. Again, it might have been a little convoluted, but that is what it is. I don't think it's particularly well directed by Steve Miner, who I love. Of course, I put him over like Rover when I was talking about House in the last episode. And of course, Friday the 13th Part 2 and 3. And of course, Warlock with Julian Sands. And of course, Lake Placid. I mean, I love Steve Miner, master of horror, absolute master of horror. But this film, he wasn't the right choice, in my opinion. The musical score, I don't care for in this. The score by John Ottman is fucking bad. It's like, it's like almost like someone's playing with a flute. It's fucking bad. I don't like the score in this. I know, and people will be like, bro, you like the score in this? Yeah, honestly, I'll take a grungy rock score over a flute score. Like, what the fuck was John Ottman thinking? I don't care for that John Ottman score at all. One of my least favorite scores in a Halloween film. So it's funny. The characters are well done. The arc is well done. The story is well done enough. I like the story enough. Like, it comes full circle enough. I like the finale of Josh Hartnett and Michelle Williams. They're driving away. They can get out of there. And Jamie Lee, she looks at them and she says, go. And they're like, Mom. He's like, Mom, come on, come with us. And she's like, no, she has to face him. It's been 20 years where she finally now has to step to the plate and face her post-traumatic stress. She closes the gates behind her, axe in hand, Michael! And they have this really fun finale, this fun fight between each other. Of course, it culminates with LL Cool J fucking stopping her from killing him for good. He's dead, okay. Of course, the whole thing with the ambulance, and she drives the ambulance off. We think it's Michael Myers. Of course, in the next film, we're told that it's not. Apparently, he picked the strongest ambulance driver in the history of cinema. She drives him off the road. He's crushed between a tree. They reach out for each other. She chops his head off with an axe, and they play the original John Carpenter score, which I'm happy they did. That was, if they had played the John Ottman one, I would have fucking bashed my head against the screen. It has a lot of positives. Again, like, I like Jamie Lee. I like the arc. I like the ending, even though the ending kind of gets fucked up in the next one. But it's a little overrated. I know a lot of people will be, top 3, or, that's way better than Halloween 4, blah, blah, blah. No goddamn way. This is Halloween meets Scream. And there are things I like. I like Jamie Lee. I like her arc, but there are things a lot that I don't like. I hate Chris Durand. I hate The Mask. I fucking don't really care for the direction. It's a very quick movie. I believe this might be the shortest Halloween movie. 86 minutes with credits. This is the quickest Halloween movie. It has to be. And I think in most cases, I would say, the quick, easy, short and sweet, good. I think with this particular one, he should have made it longer because they needed to build a little bit more tension to get that Halloween spooky vibe. And he just sort of missed here, in my opinion. I do think this is Steve Miner's fault too. I don't know. I think this is one that's beloved, and it's an unpopular opinion from putting it down. But I'm not a big fan of this one. I'm really not. I like, again, Laurie's arc and the rest of the movie kind of just sort of is there for me. So when it comes to ranking this one, once again, I'm going to, I know, third straight in a row. I know this is crazy, but Halloween H2O gets a C grade for me. That's just how I feel about that one. I don't know. Let's see. The H2O mask is gross. Too much eye stuff. Yeah, no, I hate it. Ben Grimm, how are you tonight, man? John Carpenter did make a sequel to Escape from New York because his friend Kurt Russell convinced him and he wanted to see what he could do with a sequel. Yes, that's true. That is very true. Especially with the ball kick. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't care for the mask or the actor. H2O is, again, a decent time waster for me, but I personally think Danny McBride and David Gordon Green did a better job with. Oof. I don't know, Aiden. I don't know if you're going to like my thoughts on that one. Let's see. Halloween H2O is straight garbage. Mask is awful. Duran is the worst Myers. The best kills you don't even see, and the cast is just bad. There's hardly any fucking good death scenes in this. I like the opening. I think the opening is okay with Nancy Stevens and fucking Joseph Gordon-Levitt. That's probably the scariest sequence. And there's also a sequence in the bathroom with this mother and her kid. That's scary. But after that, I don't know. I feel like the finale isn't scary. It's almost like an action movie at the end. And it's just leaves a little bit to be desired. Ew. I don't know. I guess you mean the mask. John Carpenter around this time was making vampires much better film than this. Yeah, and that's the movie he wanted to make. Totally agree with you, Mr. Grande, but that Halloween sucked. Yeah, no, totally agree. Hear you. I put this one under 4 and 5 for sure. Yeah, honestly, AJ, I mean, looking at this screen here, I would say that I like 4, 5, and 6 better than H2O. I do think it's the weakest of the first 7. It's a movie that hasn't aged well at all. Like, you watch it now and you're like, oh, this is like a neo slasher. It feels very Scream, like they're watching Scream in it. I don't know. It's a little bit too for me. I don't know. Halloween H2O. I would say like Halloween 5 is a C plus. Halloween 6 is a C plus. This is like a C minus. Like it's a C, but a lesser C in my opinion. So that is Halloween H2O. Moving on. Oh boy. Jeez Louise. Oh boy. Robert says it right here, man. Here it comes. Trick or treat, motherfucker. Halloween 8. Halloween Resurrection. I don't know. I don't even know what to say. But we're going to have to say something. Halloween Resurrection. Now, the first thing, again, that just blows my mind is the fact that Rick Rosenthal returned to direct this. Rick Rosenthal, of course, the director of Halloween 2, my favorite fucking Halloween movie. Somehow, some way, between filming that and this, must have had some kind of fucking brain aneurysm and made this fucking movie. I don't know what happened between then. It was like a 19-year gap, so something must have fucking happened. But this, what the fuck? What the fuck, man? The opening 15 minutes of this movie is so fucking bad. I don't even know how to explain it. It's Jamie Lee in a psych ward, and they basically retcon the whole ending of the last movie where Michael crushed the paramedics' fucking larynx and switched suits with him. So Jamie Lee decapitated a paramedic at the end of that, and Michael is still out there. Thus, Mustafa Akkad gets his wish. They could not kill Michael Myers. Yeah, right. Holy shit. If you're going to write that, you ain't never going to kill this son of a bitch. Then after that scene with Jamie Lee, spoiler alert, Jamie Lee dies in this movie, but no worries because they erased this movie. This movie doesn't exist anymore now, so Jamie Lee's alive again. Whatever, fucking stupid. The rest of this movie plays out like an early 2000s fucking reality TV slasher movie that somehow has Michael Myers as the main antagonist. And Busta Rhymes is the star host of the show Dangertainment. Yes, Dangertainment. And this movie, this is weird, man. This is like before I was saying how, you know, you look at Halloween H2O, it's like Halloween meets Scream. This is like Halloween meets fucking MTV, but like the shitty MTV. Or like Halloween meets like the fucking bad movies of the early 2000s that tried technology, circa Hellraiser Hellworld, or, you know, stuff like that. This is like, no, you know what this is? This is Halloween meets American Pie. That's exactly what this movie is. It's fucking weird. The lead girl, I think she's actually pretty beyond, what the fuck is her name? Blanca Kajic? I don't know. If you don't know, see, now this is a fun, Aiden will love this if Aiden's still here. If you don't know who she is actually the stripper in a little comedy called 30 Minutes or Less. And she's giving a lap dance with her yits out to fucking Danny McBride, who goes on to write the David Gordon Green movies. Really crazy how Halloween Final Girl in one movie gets naked with her showing her yits, gives a fucking lap dance to a guy who's writing the movies now. Fucking crazy to me. Probably a more interesting thing in this than anything else. But the characters in this are very generic. You have the one guy, I like to cook. And he's talking about all these spices and knives and what the fuck. I don't know. You have this blonde, dumb bitch that's like, I'm too good for nudity. And she gets her fucking head taken off, which I like that. You have some of the most generic like characters. Like there's, what do you think? What do you think Michael did it? The devil made him do it. I'm done. Like, I don't know. This is a classic definition of a fucking stupid movie. The finale with Michael Myers and Busta Rhymes and trick or treat, motherfucker, and Busta Rhymes doing kung fu fucking fu on Michael Myers and kicking him and kicking Michael Myers' ass. So apparently the whole secret to beating Michael Myers would just be to know fucking kung fu. Like Michael Myers would have no fucking chance apparently to beat Brock Lesnar. I have no fucking idea. You know, like maybe MMA or whatever the fuck. That's crazy to me. But this is just, it's your generic fucking slasher movie in the house and the technology, and there's no real aesthetic or atmosphere. Rick Rosenthal, I don't know what the fuck you were thinking. There's also a deleted scene in this, and I dare you to watch it, where Michael Myers parks his car and locks it. Boop, boop, and fucking walks into his house. Evil finds its way home is the tagline, which is, it's funny because you wonder, well, after he's done killing Jamie Lee, what would he do then? The answer, he goes home. And of course, these fucking dumbasses are in his house and Tyra Banks is making lattes. What the fuck? So we have to rank this piece of shit. I'm going to shock y'all. I'm going to shock y'all right here. I'm not going to give it an F. I'm going to give it a D for Dangertainment. All right? Halloween Resurrection gets a fucking D for Dangertainment. All right? It's a piece of shit movie. But it is hilariously. It's like, it's almost like the Jason Takes Manhattan of these movies. Like it's horrible. It almost knows it's horrible. And it's stupid and it's hated. But I don't know. It's still not the one that annoys me the most. Trick or treat, motherfucker. This movie proved to me that Carpenter was partially responsible for making Halloween 2 good. You can't change my mind on that. Oh, that's totally true. Rick Rosenthal has made some good films, but I don't know. I don't know with this movie. I have no clue what they were thinking. You know, part of me would have liked Rick Rosenthal to maybe make H2O if you were going to bring somebody in, aside from Steve Miner. But I don't know. I don't care for this movie. There's no suspense. This is a true popcorn, stupid teen horror film. Ooh, yeah, totally. It's like Scream rejects with a guy that kills, and I don't like Scream. Yeah, nah, I totally boo. Oh my God, LOL, I never noticed that, man. I knew it. I knew you'd love that. I knew, because I remember when I first saw the 2018 movie, I put it together in my head. I was like, yo, I bet you that's where he met her. Like, I was wondering if he'd throw her in a scene, but they didn't do it. Give it to Franny. Oh, shit. There levels to this shit. Yeah, no, that's true. It was a weird movie. Yeah, it is a weird movie, man. It's such a weird film. Halloween Resurrection, man. I don't know. Watch Resurrection for the first time recently. Wow. Found out I know the nerdy guy on the computer and that it was bad, but I liked how bad it was. You know, it's funny. You would think like a lot of people will have this as the bottom of the barrel. It doesn't piss me off like some of the ones we're going to get into. It doesn't. It's bad, and it knows it's bad. Like it's just a stupid movie. Like there's no. It's. I don't know. It doesn't piss me off. I don't know how else to explain it. It doesn't piss me. The first 15 minutes pisses me off because they totally just completely kill the Laurie Strode character in a bad way, and it's a very shitty opening. But the rest of the movie, it's just like a dumb slasher movie, which just happens to have fucking Michael Myers, which is just bizarre. This, in a lot of ways, maybe should have been the end too, a proof that it was time for these movies to end, and there was nothing left to really say or do with the Michael Myers character. But we all know that was not the fucking case. Let's see. I like it more than H2O, but that's not high praise at all. Yeah, no, it's. I can actually see that because H2O I think is very overrated, but I don't know. I'm not. Resurrection is bad too. Moving on to the next film, of course, the series thankfully took a 5-year hiatus after Halloween Resurrection. And a lot of controversy happened with this movie. There was a lot of talk for the longest time as to who was going to direct the Halloween remake. And before we get into the movie, I think it's one of those things where no matter who they picked, it would have not been well received. I really believe that. I've heard a lot of names that were batted around for it, and people kind of forget that now. Like I remember at the time of this, the names that were being batted around, and everybody was throwing names around, and we were excited, and it was like, who the fuck's going to make this? I remember, and I'll never forget, I say this always, and if I ever met him, I would ask him about this. The name I heard most was Dante Tomaselli. And a lot of people probably don't even know who the fuck Dante Tomaselli is. Unless you're a diehard independent horror mark like me, I don't know if you're going to know that name off the top of your head. Dante Tomaselli had made some awesome little independent horror films. The one that stands out to me is a little movie called Horror, which is, it takes place in the winter. It's a very creepy fucking horror film, and I really like it. And of course, he made Satan's Playground and The Torture Chamber, a lot of good little movies. Desecration. He's really undersung, talented filmmaker that I truly enjoy. I really like Dante Tomaselli's films. And I heard when this was coming out, he was the guy that I kept hearing being mentioned. I don't know why it fell through. I have a theory as to why it fell through. I think what happened was the Weinsteins, who are pieces of shit, they felt that he had never worked on a big budgeted film. Of course, he had only worked in the independent horror scene. So handing him a movie with a giant budget and the horror character and the horror franchise and all these things, I think they backed out and got scared. The flavor of the month at that time was Rob Zombie, because Rob Zombie was hot off of House of a Thousand Corpses, and more importantly, The Devil's Rejects, which set the world on fire in 2005. People saw that movie and loved it. And I think him making that film was the reason he got the call to direct this. And it's from 2007. It is Rob Zombie's remake of Halloween. Yes. One of the most polarizing films of the series. Probably, it's got to be up there with the most polarizing one. I know Halloween 3 is the black sheep, but this one, I've heard people say they love it. I've heard people say they hate it. I've heard people say it's the worst remake of all time. I've heard people say, Rob Zombie did a great job. I've heard so many different opinions on this movie. This is one of those movies that everybody fucking has a very strong opinion on, it seems like to me. I will say right off the bat, Rob Zombie doesn't say Halloween to me. Like, to me, when I'm thinking Rob Zombie, I'm thinking Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Hillbilly, inbred family, bright, beautiful colors. It's like the House of a Thousand Corpses. You watch House of a Thousand Corpses, you can see there's a guy in there that loved the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and even more so, he loved Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2. You could totally see the vibe and feel and the color tone and palette that House of a Thousand Corpses has when you watch it, that it relates to Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Rob Zombie would have worked much better for a Halloween film, I think, for a Texas Chainsaw film, I think. That's just my 2 cents. However, I don't hate this movie again like most people do. I really don't. He was really in a no-win situation, because you're remaking the most beloved fucking horror movie probably of all time. You're remaking this, the most beloved horror movie of all time. And in a lot of ways, I'm a big believer in this. You can't improve upon perfection. So if you can't improve upon something that's perfect, why bother at all? I hear those gripes and I agree with them. There's no reason you should have ever remade this movie. I really do believe that. But with that being said, I feel that way about a lot of remakes. I feel that way about Dawn of the Dead. That's my favorite movie ever made. I don't think it should have been remade. But you know what? Zack Snyder did a good job with it. He really did. And I am the biggest Dawn of the Dead mark you will ever fucking meet. I will be honest and unbiased and tell you that Dawn of the Dead remake is damn good. It really is. This movie right here, it's a mixed bag, but I don't hate it like most people. I like, first and foremost, my favorite thing about this movie is the opening hour. I really like the backstory. Of course, making it more like a real serial killer. Of course, we have young Michael Myers played wonderfully. And I think the best performance in this film by Mr. Dave Farch. He plays young Michael Myers in this, killing animals. We're introduced to his mother, played by Sherry Moon Zombie, and of course the father, played by William Forsythe. And a lot of people hate the dialogue right off the bat, like I will come over there and I will skull, fuck you, and talking about his daughter's ass, who's Jenny from Forrest Gump, which is another thing people don't always realize, which I always thought was funny. Jenny, we knew it's like peas and carrots. Oh, that was funny that Jenny is in this, and you see Jenny's fucking yits. Very odd, but I mean something. I don't mind the opening hour of this, when Michael's being bullied by the fucking kid from Spy Kids, and on his way home, brutally beats the fucking shit out of him with this fucking long stick. Holy shit. I think that's a great death scene, because you're introduced to this character, you don't like him, and he gets fucking brutally fucking massacred. Brutal stuff. But again, I think brutally massacred and it's still effectively scary. I think that's a big point. And we're going to get into these other movies where I think you get brutal to the point where it's not scary anymore. That's a great kill. You have the kills with, he kills his whole family, the William Forsythe character. He beats Judith Meyer's boyfriend with a bat, which funny enough, Judith Meyer's boyfriend almost resembles a young Rob Zombie, which I thought was fucking funny. I would be like, yo, there's no way this guy would get this girl. Like, there's no fucking way. People hate the love hurts. I mean, people hate that. I get it. I really do. But I like the first hour of this movie. I like the stuff with Dave Farch and Malcolm McDowell talking in the asylum, like getting the visual of I met this 6-year-old child with the blank, pale, emotionless face and, talking, seeing these things play out. I think it's well done. I think Dave Farch is wonderful as Michael Myers. I do. I really like him. Where it loses me is really where they start to remake John Carpenter's film. When Michael breaks out, there's, of course, a couple different versions. In the unrated version, he breaks out because there's this woman who gets raped in his room. Very unnecessary. Very fucking, that didn't belong in there. Not in this type of movie. Even in your vision, Rob Zombie, that didn't belong in here. But nevertheless, he breaks out. I do think there's a great emotional kill with Danny Trejo, who was very good to Michael Myers when he was a kid. And don't let these chains get you down, Mikey, and look past this wall, Mikey. Look past this wall. He's very good to him. And there's a scene where he was, I'm going to take you back to your cell now, Mikey, okay? And Michael Myers kills him. I was good to you, Mikey. That's one of the most heartbreaking deaths of the series. You feel so bad for Danny Trejo. But I think Rob Zombie makes that character, this character, the antagonist, very fucking evil in that scene. That's where you drive home the pure evil. This guy was good to him for 15 years, was very nice, could not have been any cooler to him, and he didn't even blink or hesitate to kill him too. That's how you know you're dealing with pure fucking evil. And I think that was well done. Of course, the Ken Foree scene. I'm Joe Grizzly, bitch. I got a Taco Supreme, and it's talking back to me. Fucking funny. But when you get into the lead, like, remaking John Carpenter's film, that's where it really falls off for me. You get Scout Taylor straight out of Compton, who I fucking don't like. She's a bad actress playing Laurie Strode. I can't stand her. You get Danielle Harris as Annie, who I love, and I actually would say does a better job than Nancy Loomis. I really like Danielle Harris. And then you get the bitch that plays Linda. I don't bother to look at her name. She's fucking horrible. You would get the idea that these three bitches met that day. They had no fucking chemistry. In John Carpenter's film, when they're all talking, forget my chemistry book, my math book. Who cares about books? Is that Devon Graham? I don't think so. Hey, Laurie, Linda. You get the vibe that they're friends. This fucking movie, you would think they fucking met on set that day because that's the fucking case. That's what happened here. Very poor casting of the three lead girls, I think. Very poor. Other than Danielle Harris. I love Danielle Harris, and I think that was fan service to put her in there and, give her her rightful due because Halloween 6 fucked her over. I think it was nice that they kind of bended the fences, brought Danielle Harris in, and you see Danielle Harris's yits. For what it's worth, that was fucking awesome, and probably my favorite part of this movie. But Malcolm McDowell's Loomis, he's not Donald Pleasance. He's not. I like you in A Clockwork Orange, but you haven't been in a fucking good movie in like 50 years. Let's be fucking honest. Brad Dourif as Sheriff Brackett. Again, cool casting. I like a lot of the casting in this. You have Sid Haig in a small role, Mosley in a small role. You have all of the Rob Zombie regulars in smaller parts, most of them at least. And they do fine. But I definitely think this movie really suffers the last hour. The first hour I like, and then once it gets into, okay, we're taking John Carpenter's film now, I think that's really where it suffers. And I know that people hate this movie. I know people will tell you, some people will tell you this is the worst Halloween. And they feel that, and something that I have felt with some of the later movies, that they demystify this character. Because Rob Zombie is, and this woman I work with, she told me this, and I agreed with her analogy. She said Rob Zombie's very rock and roll. and Michael Myers isn't. And I agree with that. I know exactly what she's trying to say when she says that, because it's the truth. Michael Myers is a stalker. Michael Myers is the shape. He lurks and all this. He doesn't do that very much in this, and it hurts the character a little bit. However, for what it's worth, Rob Zombie wasn't doing that character again. This was a new vision of the Michael Myers character. He tried something different with it. He tried to make it more real life, and I think that really rubs people the wrong way. And the fact that you remade the most beloved horror movie ever, that's going to rub people the wrong way. I understand it. I get anyone who hates this movie, I hear you. But I've seen a lot worse in this. I think there's a lot worse in this, personally. I think Rob Zombie does a good enough job in the director's chair. And I'll say this too. You know, people will say, oh, this is the worst remake. Really? Rob Zombie's a lot better filmmaker than fucking Marcus Nispel. Rob Zombie's a lot fucking better filmmaker than fucking Samuel Bayer ass. Rob Zombie is a lot fucking better filmmaker than whoever directed the fucking Fog remake. I'm sorry, but it's the truth. He's a good filmmaker. He knows how to fucking film a good movie. And build atmosphere and tension and stuff. And he does that. It's just not, it doesn't feel like Halloween. And I think a lot of people fucking get pissed off. And I could see why. Because later we're going to talk about movies that I don't think feel like Halloween that I fucking hate. Let's see. I missed, again, a bunch of comments. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up with y'all. Let's see. Mark's in the hazy. Mark, best Michael Myers movie is Austin Powers and Goldmember. I love gold. I lost my genitalia in an unfortunate smelting accident. Hence the name Goldmember. I love Goldmember. People were going to be mad no matter how bad. Yeah, exactly. I really wonder, like, if Marcus Nispel had directed this movie, would it have been so polarizing? The people love his Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake, but I'll take this over the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Fucking buck-toothed kids running around, and fucking Arlie Ermey just yelling at fucking people, and fucking Leatherface getting his hand chopped off, and this fucking fat tea lady, and you got 30 fucking family members. Oh, my. Fuck you, you fat bitch. Give me Jordana Brewster in the prequel. At least I can look at her for fucking hour and a half. Holy shit, I hate the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. Fuck Marcus Nispel. Rob Zombie's films are most polarizing. They're the most polarizing, I think, because he had balls. And I said that in the video, my question to Halloween fans. I mean, like a 3-minute video after I saw Halloween Kills. You know, people hate this guy. At least he had fucking balls to try something like this. Because I think a lot of people would have been fucking afraid to do what he does in this movie. And for what it's worth, that's all I'm trying to say. You can hate it all you want, but I agree that he gave a shit and he had balls. I couldn't agree with you more, Grande. You can't improve upon perfection. You can't remake Halloween. You just can't. But with that being said, I don't hate it as much as a lot of other remakes. First hour is kind of decent. I don't like when it gets to actually remaking the original. Yes, that's, to me, that's where it falls off. Where I'm like, all right, like now I have to see this bitch try to pretend to be PJ Souls. You're no PJ Souls, bitch. You're not. And fucking Scout Taylor straight out of Compton fingering a bagel. And that's not Laurie Strode. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's Angel Myers, by God. I like how he was kicking the boys. Yeah, that's one of the craziest fucking kills, man. Holy shit. Probably my favorite death scene in the movie. You wanted to see main girls die because they were kind of cunty, excuse my French. Well, hey, I enjoy that Daniel Harris survived, and I enjoyed Daniel Harris's yets. But aside from that, man, holy shit. The girl who played Linda couldn't have died any faster for me. I was like, what the fuck? And even her fucking boyfriend looks like Rob Zombie. Like, what the fuck? Like, Rob Zombie, you're trying to imply that you fucking had game when you were younger? I mean, Sharon Moon is beautiful, man, but holy shit, man. Like, I don't know. He's every boyfriend in this movie. Daniel Harris is the oldest high school girl ever. Bro, she's 30 years old in this movie, and the other two, you can clearly tell she's older than the other. But I will say, at least she can act. At least I like her. At least I believe her as Annie Brackett. I don't mind her as Annie Brackett. The other two are just like fucking standing there with their fucking dicks in their fucking hands. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, did you just fucking find them on a street corner? Hey, bitch, you want to be Angel Myers? Yeah, fuck yeah. What's your name? Scout Taylor Compton. Fuck, straight out of Compton, hop in the fucking zombie mobile, motherfucker, off to Dimension Studios. I don't know. Didn't do it for me, Ben. Carpenter told Rob Zombie to do his own thing with these films, but I agree, Carpenter, they weren't the best. Again, man, I think fucking John Carpenter, like, after all the movies, like Halloween 5 and the Thorn Cult, and Halloween 6 and the Thorn Cult, and like Halloween Resurrection, fucking Busta Rhymes, like how, like I don't get how people get so angry at this when it's like this was a remake. This was his own version of it, whereas opposed to trying to connect it to everything else. I appreciate that he just did what he wanted to do and had the balls to do it. I get people who fucking hate it, but I don't know. Marcus Nispel is a terrible filmmaker. I agree. Fuck Marcus Nispel. I will be the next Rob Zombie because my name is Rob. Well, let's hope if you make fucking another Halloween movie, let's hope you do a great job. Scout is Bruce Willis and Demi Moore's daughter? No, I thought that was Rumor Willis. I thought that was their daughter's name. I don't think so. I think that's Rumor Willis you're thinking of. She was in the fucking shitty Night of the Demons remake. Think of it like a cover of a song in a different genre. I like Rob Z movies because of that. Oh shit! I mean, I don't know. See, this is why we have Mark here. He thinks outside things of the box like this. So we can rank this one now. Halloween, Rob Zombie's version. It's another C Halloween movie. A lot of C's, baby. A lot of C's, Daddy. Let me tell you something. A lot of C's. All right, so moving on to the next movie, and there's really no reason for me to do full screen because I don't own the next 3 movies. Don't own them. This is where we get down to what they say, the nitty gritty, I suppose. 2009's Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. Now, while I appreciated what he went for in the first movie, the first hour especially, this movie tries the same thing, but throughout the whole movie. And on paper, I'm like, oh, cool. You know, you're going to try to do your own thing through the whole movie. You're not going to fucking just remake Halloween 2 in the hospital, even though I remember the trailers for this showing the hospital as a lot of it. I was like, are they fucking going to try to remake Rick Rosenthal's Halloween 2? Like, holy shit. Thankfully, that's not the case. That ends up being a dream sequence where Michael Myers actually kills a future Oscar winner in Octavia Spencer, for what that's worth. She won the Oscar like 2 years later too, which is crazy. Fucking, I don't know. I really don't care for this movie. This is I think the movie that I think is more shameful and deserves more of the hate that the remake gets. The White Horse. I mean, we've all gone on to laugh at it. Of course, Sherry Moon carrying around this fucking white horse. Part of me wants to like it. Part of me is like, yo, at least they're trying something different with Michael Myers. I don't know. You make Laurie Strode incredibly unlikable in this. She learned that she's Angel Myers, not Laurie Strode, or even Laurie Myers, or whatever the fuck. She's Angel, whatever. Everybody and their mother is dislikable in this. Loomis, the Loomis character, there's no point. He's just an asshole who goes around selling books. Okay, you made him an asshole. Part of me, I have a theory that Rob Zombie made this movie purposely fucking unlikable so they wouldn't make him do a part 3. Because I bet you the original plan was we want to do a trilogy. Like this new David Gordon Green movies. We want to do a trilogy, Rob. And I think he was just like, I did the remake. Let me fucking go. I did it. And I think they were like, no, we're contractually obligated. We're going to do this. And I think in a lot of ways, he purposely fucking just made a batshit movie, hoping that there wouldn't be a third one. And it worked. I don't care for this movie. It's fucking all over the place. It's a true mess. There's a scene where Michael Myers like kills a dog. Michael Myers is brutal in it. But again, it starts to kind of lose its luster of being scary, which is, I think, another thing that carries on, unfortunately, into the David Gordon Green movies. I don't care for this movie at all. I really don't. I don't like, and aside from Danielle Harris and Brad Dourif, I wish the movie almost focused on them. I think you could have had a good movie. If you're going to do something completely different, right? Why not take Laurie Strode out of it entirely? And maybe because you had Annie Brackett survive, have the movie focus on her. I don't know. If you're going to do something different, do something like that. You're not pigeonholed to Jamie Lee Curtis. You're not pigeonholed to fucking Scott Taylor straight out of fucking Compton. You know, you're not. You could have gotten rid of them and just made it about maybe Danielle Harris and Brad Dourif living on their own, trying to get over what happened, and then the shape returns. Interesting. And then maybe you could have thrown that white horse shit in there. But it is just that. It is white horse shit, this movie. It really is. I appreciate the idea and the balls that it took to give it a shot, but this is really the big swing and miss from Rob Zombie for me between the two movies. I think it's really poorly paced, and Michael Myers is almost like a fucking mountain man in it. Like he's going through open fields and the mask is barely on his face. And at the end of one of the versions, Michael Myers talks, he yells, "Die!" and fucking stabs. I don't mind Tyler Mane. I don't mind the actor, but I don't know. Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, it's going to be the first F on this list to me, which is fucking incredible that it took this many movies in to get your first F. 10 movies until we got an F. So that's pretty incredible. So, take that for what it's worth. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it. To me, it's the one that deserves the more loud response. But there's so many people that are like, "Oh, fuck that remake, man. It's the biggest piece of shit." I'm like, dude, they made Freddy into a preschool gardener in the fucking Elm Street remake. Like, I don't know. I think that's worse, personally. LMA Eddie F remake of Night of the Demons. Dude, fuck Night of the Demons remake. That's a piece of shit. Halloween 2 is a brutal film, man, but it's kind of a mess. Yeah, it is. Wow, you own the Blu-ray of a movie that came out a week ago in theaters. Fake fan. No, Mark, I'm a real fan. I own the ones I like. Put it to you that way. I've heard people say Rob didn't want to make H2 as a reason it's good. What? I do. I don't think he wanted to make it. I really don't. I think they were like, "Oh, the money. And I think he was like, "You know what, motherfuckers, I'll do it, but let me do it my way." And I think they fucking freaked out because he made something as non-mainstream as you can. Rob Zombie didn't even want to make this film, and who knows how much the producers paid Zombie to make this film. I think it was a paycheck. I'm glad he got the paycheck, but he didn't want to make this movie. His heart wasn't in it. I think in a lot of ways, and I know he likes 2 better. I think he likes 2 better because it's a middle finger. It really is. This film is a middle finger. That's really what it is. It's much more personal to him than it is to a fan. And I know there are fans that like it because of that, but it's a bad film. Let's be honest. The Brackets are the only likable, mature characters in this film. Completely agree with that. Michael Myers is brutal because when he's killing the nurse, he stabs her like 20 times, but the original just stabs the person and walks away. Yeah, no, they really tone up that he enjoys this, and they do that a lot in the new movies too, which I don't care for. Been scratching my head on part 2 since I left the theater. Bro, I have too. I don't understand this movie at all, and nor do I care to even try. That's just me, though. Moving on into, I guess, what was it, 9 years? Was it 9 years later? 8 or 9 years later. I don't remember. When the studio said, shit, well, maybe the Rob Zombie experiment failed, so let's try to reboot it again. 40 years later this time. We'll bring in David Gordon Green, who's made some really good movies. I love Pineapple Express. I like Your Highness. I like David Gordon Green. Let's bring in David Gordon Green, who was in talks for hell and ever to remake Suspiria, and that never fucking happened. I'm fucking thrilled it never happened after I've seen this movie. He also was in the talks to remake Hellraiser, which apparently that's in the works now. They have Pinhead casted, so that's going to happen. I guess that's going to happen. I don't know. Let's see. Brad Dourif is great in these zombie films. Completely agree with that. Ryan can't take it. See, this is Ryan. I don't know. I'm out, bro. I can't hear you rip apart 2018 and Kills. I don't know. It is what it is. I can't help it, but I'm being honest. The Rob Zombie experiment went horribly. Yeah, it did. It really did. It started off okay. The idea was okay, but man, they movies crashed and burned. They did. But moving on into the 2018 movie. I'm going to lose a lot of people here. I'm sorry. But it's how I feel. I will go into why if you care to hear it. I've had some unpopular opinions tonight. I didn't bury Halloween 5. I buried H2O a little bit. But I fucking cannot stand Halloween 2018. And it's my least favorite Halloween film. I said it. It's my least fucking favorite. I hate this movie so bad. I will never understand why this movie goes over as much as it did. So first and foremost, let's wind the clocks back, man. Let's wind the clocks back. I heard the news of this movie coming out. Halloween 2018. They're going to reboot it again, Grande. Are you excited? Honestly, man, at this point, no. We've seen Michael Myers at a Thorn Cult. We've seen Michael Myers in a fucking TV reality show. We've seen Michael Myers eat a dog and fucking talk and yell at somebody. Does there ever come a time where there's too much done with a character where you should just say, let's leave it be? Yes. In my opinion, the answer to that question is yes. Let it fucking end. Please. Please. No, we're doing a new one and we're going to make 2 more. Okay. I went to the theater partially optimistic. I didn't go in wanting to hate it or anything, but I wasn't, trust me, I wasn't excited or anything. I really wasn't. I walked out fucking furious. This is Halloween off-screen. That should be the name of this movie. This is fucking Off-Screen Kills, the movie. You have an opening scene where fucking Michael Myers has been in a fucking prison court and he's standing looking at the fucking ground. Has he been staring at the fucking ground for 40 years? What the fuck? We get the Halloween score. Oh, John Carpenter returned to the music, Grande. Do you think he cares? No, he doesn't care. He wants money. That's what he wants. He wants money so he can go see his fucking Kentucky basketball games and sit in fucking front row. And I don't blame him. John Carpenter deserves every paycheck that Halloween and the Akkads can fucking write him. That's the truth. That's the God's honest truth. That John Carpenter deserves his money. I agree. But he doesn't care. Trust me, he doesn't care. Well, this time, Grande, I know what we're going to do. We're gonna fucking remove all the other sequels. They're not brother and sister anymore. So the marks will go, oh, now this is scary because obviously this movie is not scary because they're brother and sister. Are you fucking crazy? And this bullshit's scary? You don't even see what the fuck happens. But this is holy shit. Oh my God. I don't know. If I have an aneurysm, I loved you all. All right. If I have an aneurysm, if not, I'm going to keep trying to go. They changed that they're brother and sister and people loved it. Oh, they're not brother and sister. Grande. It's great. It's great. They fucking make Laurie Strode incredibly unlikable to me. Whereas in H2O, as much as I don't really think this is a great movie, at least her character had an arc and she was having these nightmares and drinking and okay. And at the end, I've got to step up and I've got to face him. This is the Laurie Strode in the original film. That's her 20 years later. This fucking wacky bitch, I need more wine. Let me drink this fucking wine. I look like fucking Zelda the Witch's grandma with this long gray hair. She looks terrible. And I don't have just one bitchy daughter. She's got a granddaughter, and they're both bitches. Judy Greer plays her daughter in this movie, and she's fucking terrible. Wendy Kaplan times 10. Horrible. Her whole character in this movie is, Mom, you trained me to be fucking tough and shoot guns, and you trained me to be Rambo. I resent you for that. Fuck you, Judy. What the fuck? You have Andy Manichak. The boogeyman's dead. The boogeyman's dead. Fuck you. You got nothing on Danielle Harris and Ellie Cornell and fucking even Josh Hartnett. Another problem, which we can get into, no fucking yits. This is not a slasher fucking movie. At least the Rob Zombie movies had a little bit of fucking sleaze and some pole dancing and Danielle Harris's fucking yits. This movie, it's like nothing to do with a slasher movie. There's one character who says, I'm going to dry hump the fuck out of you. Fuck you. I don't want to see dry humping. What the fuck? There's the worst scene in any Halloween film is in this movie. And I don't know, like people fucking go up in arms about this, that, and the other. This is something we should go up in arms about. There's a lady babysitting this little kid. They're going for the humor. It's in your face. He's clipping his fucking toenails. It's the fucking bullshit in your face humor, that Marvel humor that they fucking throw at you like you're a fucking idiot. They throw it at you. Laugh, 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 laugh. Please laugh. No, shut the fuck up. She tucks him into bed. Boogeyman's in my closet. Her stupid fucking idiot boyfriend comes over. Oh, okay, I'll go check. You want me to come with you? No. He goes into the fucking garage and starts fucking around. I'm not even kidding. It's not playing, not checking out. He's fucking around with a motorcycle. Why? I don't know. I will never fucking know. She goes up to the room. Oh, there's nothing in here. She a couple of fake scares. Fucking opens the closet. Michael Myers is there. Wow. Ooh, la. Kills her off screen. The fucking stupid boyfriend. I'm coming for you, baby. He runs up the steps and he gets fucking killed off screen. And the fucking kid runs out the front door. Michael Myers sitting in a fucking prison is better than that. It is. Just for the sole fact that it's like, what the fuck? This is like, I wanted to rip out my hair in the theater. And people were like, oh, it was great. You didn't see anything. What the fuck are you talking about? This stupid, this horrible, that's the worst scene in any Halloween movie. I will, like, if I could ever delete a scene from a movie, that would be the one, man. I would delete that scene. Delete it. And fucking, we can't find the Jodie Lynn O'Keefe fucking exposition scene from H2O, but we can find this. Fucking horrible. The podcasters, totally unnecessary. The fucking, the stupid doctor. I studied Michael. He's affecting people. Fuck you. Oh, but Grande, he gets his head stomped out like in Hatchet. Fuck that. Are you fucking crazy? This dumb fucking doctor. I stopped Michael and I had him escape and I want to see how he interacts with Jamie Lee Curtis. Fuck you, bro. You look like fucking Professor Honeydew. Where the fuck is Beaker at? Beep, beep, beep. What the fuck? This idiot doctor is in this movie. Also, another thing that pisses me off. Every fucking male, aside from Will Patton's character, is a fucking horrible, creepy man. Like all of them. You're either perverts or idiots or fucking, it's a total middle finger to any man, this movie. It really is. It's a fuck. You're a straight man. Fuck you. All you are is a creep. Annie Matichak's boyfriend? Oh, I cheated on you at a dance. Oh, cool. The fat friend to walk her home. The fat, ugly friend. Who is me? Who's me, right? I would like to identify the fat friend trying to be good, man. You know, your friend fucked up. He walks home. Even he is a fucking creep. He couldn't just have been a good guy. Let me walk you home. And then Michael kills him. This way, right? We care about his character. He gets killed, and Michael Myers gains more heat. That's how we used to do these movies. I don't know. But you made me hate him and think of him as a creep, and then I cheer him getting killed. That's poor fucking filmmaking. It's poor. And then Michael Myers, somehow by the fucking fate of Dr. Shithead, shows up at Laurie's front door and kills the dad. Peanut butter on my dick. And everybody goes, oh, that's funny, Grande. No, it's not. He comes in. They fucking try to remake the original. He's in the closet. And she falls off the ledge. And when he looks, she's gone. Oh, wow. Oh, my God. It's fucking pathetic. I'm scared of Michael Myers. And she suckers him and shoots him in the neck. Then Michael Myers gets hit with a fucking frying pan, goes tumbling down the steps. They run out. They lock him in and burn him to death. They burn him to death. And they burn him to death like this fucking, where the fuck? I'm so mad I can't even fucking find this shit. They burn him to death, but this movie's not good. They burn him to death, but this movie's terrible, Grande, because they're brother and sister. What are you talking about, Grande? They took the mystique out of the character. What the fuck are you talking about? At least they showed this motherfucker hit that fat security guard over the head with a goddamn hammer. In this, we have tracking shots of Michael, and he's walking like Nick Castle. Oh, golly. And he's walking into the fucking house, and there's this lady, this old bitch, and you see him grab a hammer. I'm excited. He's going to kill this old bitch with a hammer, and I'm going to see it. Nope. You hear it. You hear it off screen. You fucking hear it. He walks by a baby's carriage. Oh, golly. He walks by a baby. He left the baby. Come on. They kill him. And then they fucking, the hoary fucking three bitches, Grammy Gumjobs, fucking Judy Jackass Greer, and fucking Andy Matichak my ass get on a fucking truck and the fucking movie ends. and I leave the theater and everybody's like, "Oh my god, wasn't that one of the best sequels?" I was like, "Do y'all have fucking 2 eyes or 4 like me? Because I just saw some bullshit." Holy shit. Oh my god. All right, I have to go into comments now because this is just I can't do this, man. I don't understand, motherfuckers. I might have missed some. I'm sorry. The head stomp in this film was great, and that person playing Michael Myers is awesome. James Dew Courtney is good. I like James Dew Courtney as Michael Myers. He's one of the only positives I have for this movie. I like James Dew Courtney. That's true. And it's weird how Laurie Strode is alive but dead in Resurrection. Yeah, because Robert, what they did now was all of those other movies are erased. Yet in these movies, they constantly remind you that they existed. Oh, Grande, did you see they used the season of the witch masks? Oh my God, did you see that? Yeah, I saw it. It was terrible. The Michael is good. Mask 2, I'll give him that. Yeah, no, the Michael is good. The Mask is good. I will give it that as well. Kid was awful. Fucking terrible. The kid was the best part of the film. Oh shit. I don't know. Aiden, AJ, about to throwing hands. It's also funny when the kid said, "Oh shit." Yeah, you know. Grande voice while watching, narrating, and I'm glad. If I did a commentary for this movie, I'd probably fucking die during it. Dr. Sartain was terrible, and that's coming from a fan. Yeah, see, at least fucking somebody understands. This is the best rant ever. Yeah, this fucking guy is Professor fucking Honeydew. Oh, Beaker, if we bring Michael Myers to this fucking old head drunk bitch's house who thinks she's Rambo now, and Jamie's got a gun, maybe we'll see some shit and fireworks will happen. Fuck you. Are you serious? And Jamie Lee, I prayed he'd get out every single night. What? That's not Laurie Strode. If you like the Laurie Strode character, I don't see how you could like either of these last 2 movies. They take the biggest monkey shit on her fucking face while she's in the movie. And nobody sees it but me. Like, this is Laurie Strode. That's Laurie. That is her in the flesh. That's Laurie right here. This bitch, this is some crazy Linda Hamilton wannabe. Oh, God, I don't know. Get the fuck out. I really enjoyed Will Patton's character in this film. I'm glad he is in Kills. Oh, yeah, that fucking guy, he gets stabbed in the fucking throat for like 2 hours and somehow didn't bleed out. But I mean, at least he is the only male character that's not a fucking piece of shit in this. Tell us how you really feel, Grande. Dan, bro, dude, I'm sorry, man. I don't really rant, man, but this movie stinks. Even though I like 2018, this rant is freaking hilarious. Thank you, man. I'm trying. I don't know. I'm trying to be honest here. Love your rant, John. Thank you. Grammy Gumjobs. Yeah, no. Grammy Gumjobs can go fucking, I don't know. She can go fuck herself. I really enjoyed Carpenter's score in this film. Yeah, I know a lot of people did. And matter of fact, I've heard quite a few people tell me like this is one of John Carpenter's best. It's okay. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. Someone get Grande some green tea. Yeah, no, I see some green tea and fucking maybe you should wait an hour before you do Kills next. Oh, Jesus. 17-7 pack. Thanks for the pick. Yo, how's Hopkins doing? Please tell me how Hopkins is doing because he's on my fantasy team. I had a feeling, bro. Given the Packers 5.5, that's absurd. Like, I know they're the road team, but man, I don't know. Get a Grande a do. Yeah, no, I got, I'm showing, I don't know if Dan was here when I showed this. I'm drinking this black cherry soda, Dr. Brown's, and it's fucking good. But I don't know. I hope Hopkins is doing well. I just like how Michael Myers never dies. Well, you're going to love the next movie. Oh, sorry. I needed a drink after that. Sorry. I hate this movie with a unbridled passion. It's my least favorite Halloween movie, and it probably forever will be. Granted, not that the next one's anything special either, but we'll get into that. So Halloween 2018 is an F. It is the most overrated Halloween movie of the franchise. I will fucking come out on a limb and say that. I don't care for the hate. People will go, "You're fucking dumb fuck." 6.5 points. Oof. What quarter are they in? Fuck. 1 catch for 55 yards. All right, at least it was a long catch. That's basically a touchdown. Michael Myers is unlikable in Kills. Yeah, we're going to get into Kills. Hopefully, fucking DeAndre Hopkins kills the Packers. That's what I hope. Well, it's a good thing they're down 10 because they'll keep throwing the fucking ball. Only problem is Christian Kirk's dumbass is going to get his dumb way. But, all right, whatever. Enough with the fantasy football talk. I apologize. On to the last movie of the franchise. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. The end. Tom is here. Damn, got here late. Agree with the rankings 1, 2, and 3. The rest are curiosities. Yeah, to me, man, they have not made a great Halloween movie, like that truly great Halloween movie since Halloween 4. That's the last one that I fucking love. After that, man, it's a lot of like I mean, we can pull the list up here. We got a lot of C, man. A lot of C, man. Heavy fucking C's, a D for Dangertainment, and 2 fuck ups. That's the 2 F's. And speaking of fuck ups, I guess we'll move on to our last one of the series. Spoiler alert: the Halloween ends, and MM was a woman the whole time. You know, John, that could happen. I wouldn't like. All right, I don't want to even. I feel like if I get into that, I'll fucking have. I don't even think I'll be able to make work tomorrow. Fucking, even though I like these new films, they're not great films by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah, no. Hey, man, I know I'm in the minority. I know people love them, like fucking jack off to them. I can understand. I just I don't know. I don't fucking understand this at all, but that's just me. Halloween Kills should be an E for Evil Dies Tonight. Yeah, no, the franchise dies tonight. That's what the franchise did. Halloween, this is my, and okay, before we get into this, my subtitle for this movie is not Halloween Kills. It's Halloween Kills itself, the revenge of fucking Leon the Professional. Because this movie is a shitty version of Leon the Professional. Michael fucking Myers is turned into Leon the Professional in this movie. Who should we bring, Tommy? Everyone! That's what they did with Michael Myers in this movie. Where to begin? We have all these flashbacks at the beginning with fucking Lonnie Elam, who they fucking felt the need to bring back. Lonnie Elam, who was in the original movie for maybe 3 minutes, bullies Tommy Doyle, and then almost goes in the Myers house until Donald Pleasance, hey, Lonnie, get your ass away from there. He runs off. Apparently now Lonnie wasn't a bully. Lonnie was being bullied by, and people probably get mad at me for this, but I don't care. The fucking kid that was bullying him was fucking ugly as sin. That girl shouldn't be bullying anybody. You look like a fucking fish with fucking plastic surgery. Like, why was she casted as a bully? That's the ugliest, fattest bully I've ever seen in my life. Like, no offense, but what the fuck? I'm sorry. I know I'm wrong. I'm going to hell. I'm going to hell, but I'm taking Michael with me. So, okay, all of a sudden now it's like, oh, we're going for sympathy. Yeah, Tommy was a good guy. Yeah, bullshit. It's a bunch of bullshit. He wasn't a good guy. He was a fucking bully. All right? So that's first and foremost. Fisheye it's fucking fisheye Grammy gum jobs. All right? Fucking fisheye fat Grammy gum jobs. Oh, no, not Michelle Myers. Don't do this to me. I could see it happening too. Like, you know what's really scary? I'm unisex. That would be fucking crazy. Oh my God, I don't know. I'd fucking explode. This movie, man, oh my God. So the idea with this was let's bring back all the characters from the original movie, whether it be Lonnie, who was in for fucking 3 minutes, Tommy Doyle, now played by the legendary Anthony Michael Hall, who you may remember from The Breakfast Club, and fucking Russ Griswold from fucking National Lampoon's Vacation. They bring back fucking Lindsay Wallace, Kyle Richards. They bring back a fucking housewife of the fucking Orange County or Florida or fucking shithole Jersey. I don't know. They bring her back. They bring Nancy Stevens' old ass back again. They bring Charles Cyphers back. And Charles Cyphers, I love you, but you look like a fat burn victim now. Please. I'm sorry. I love you. Charles, I love you. I love you. If I met Charles Cyphers, I'd pay him stupid money to take a picture with me. But you look terrible now. Stop. Just stop. I guess it was a paycheck, but fuck. This is just basically the most pointless of all of them. It really is a pointless movie. It's like I guess actually it was almost 100 minutes. It's like a longer Halloween film. It's just kills That's all it is. In this one, to me, all the bullshit they've done with this character, this is the one that demystifies him the most. The kills, the brutality, and a lot of people are liking it. But that's not Michael Myers. And the difference between this and the Rob Zombie movie is that was a different Michael Myers. We were telling a different story there. Okay, that's not the same guy. You're telling me this was John Carpenter's Michael Myers? Really? John Carpenter's Michael Myers does a 40-yard dash at the beginning of this fucking film when they're in the fucking house. Oh, I'm in the fucking house and nothing happens in Haddonfield. And then Michael does a fucking 40-yard dash to get this cop. And he's holding the cop and strangling the cop. And then one of the fucking guys shoots the cop by accident. And then Michael Myers just gives up to the police. Okay. Then in the opening of this movie, he murders the entire firefighting department, which is fucking terrible. Horrible. All the kills in this movie are just so over the top. They're not scary anymore. See, it's funny. Halloween 2018, it has a lot of that build and no payoff. This has payoff, no build. So it's like, what are you fucking doing? Like, can we just have done both? Like, why couldn't this have been as brutal? The first movie had been as brutal as this with that tension build. That's to me what Michael Myers is. It's buttering up, then the payoff. That's this character. That's the original character. That's what he is. It's the, Nancy Loomis, my Paul, going back and forth. He's watching, he's stalking. Then the kill executes. This movie is just blowing your load every fucking minute. Oh, I killed that bitch. Oh, I killed that bitch. Oh, I killed that motherfucker. Oh, he killed Big John. Oh, he killed Little John. And it's just bullshit. You're trying to turn him into John Wick. You're trying to turn him into Jason Voorhees. You're trying to turn him into Leon the fucking Professional without the ficus. What the fuck are you doing? And there are people that will tell you this is like the best sequel. I'm like, you've taken everything away from what John Carpenter's character was scary for, and you fucked it up here really badly. You have the needless side plot of some fat. All right, I'm sorry. The actor has passed away, so may he rest in peace. But you have someone who's out of shape, doesn't look like Michael Myers, and the whole fucking town is convinced he's Michael Myers and chases him throughout this hospital until the guy jumps off of the fucking ledge of the hospital and splats on the ground. And then they're like, hey, I don't think that was Michael Myers. Then why did you chase this bastard to the point where he jumped out of a fucking window? What are you doing? You have the whole idea of, oh, we're the monsters, Grande. This whole mob mentality. We're the monsters. Not in this movie. Are you fucking kidding me? Halloween 4, you have the clan, right? You have these hillbillies, these drunk hillbillies that are going to hunt Michael Myers, and you can understand why things don't go well. But, I mean, in this, it's just like, I don't really care for this, man. I don't know. But that's the whole thing with this. It's, oh, we're the monsters. And then it kind of culminates to a horrendous finale where fucking Judy Greer's like, you want your mask? I'm a fucking bitch. You want your mask? Follow me. I'm a fucking bitch. She runs. Then there's a bunch of fucking idiots. There's a bunch of idiots with like instruments to fight Michael Myers. The one lady in the back has a fucking iron. Can I iron your overalls, Michael? Shove that. You need to take that iron, shine it up real nice. Turn that summit sideways and dig it straight up. You candy ass. That would have been funny. But everybody has like a weapon. Anthony Michael Hall is a baseball bat. Well, you know it's the end of Michael Myers when Anthony Michael Hall is a fucking baseball bat that he should have shoved up his own ass twice. They beat up Michael Myers. Only one guy has a gun. They beat him up, and then they're like, oh, we did it. High fives all around. They don't double tap him, which is brilliant. And then, of course, Michael Myers becomes Leon the Professional. He kills the entire fucking town at once, including Charles Cyphers, which was disgrace. And then he goes up the steps, kills fucking Judy, idiot Greer, and then the movie ends. And then, so there's a lot of things, though, that sucks about this movie. First and foremost, again, the Laurie Strode character. As this movie goes to credits, Will Patton is telling Laurie Strode that she didn't matter. He's saying you didn't matter. He didn't come back for you. He just wanted to go home. That's it. So basically what you're telling her is that she wasted her entire life, 40 years, of preparing like John fucking Rambo. I said, Jimmy, I couldn't find your legs. I can't find your fucking legs. I can't keep a job parking cars. Do we get to win this time, Troutman? God, I wish I was watching fucking Rambo. But she's pretending like she's fucking Rambo. And then at the end of this movie, by the way, you don't fucking matter. I prayed he'd get out. I knew he'd come for me. He wasn't coming for you, bitch. He wasn't coming for you. He wasn't coming for you. And to all the people that fucking freak out and say, oh, you have a bad wig on in this movie and you're in a hospital bed. She's got a bad wig on in this movie and is in a hospital bed. But all right. It's all right. Jesus. She doesn't matter. Laurie Strode, most beloved final girl. Oh, we love Jamie Lee. We love Jamie Lee. She don't fucking matter in these new movies. She doesn't matter. How can you back this? How? She didn't matter. Laurie Strode, the final girl, literally the scream queen, and you didn't matter. Are you fucking crazy? What the fuck? Scout Taylor straight out of Compton mattered more than this bitch. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, we're gonna go to comments. I don't understand. Where the hell did we stop? I don't remember. If I missed your comment, you feel free to comment it again. Dude had all the time in prison watching Tay Bowie. Yeah, no, he fucking stood and watched a square on the ground for 40 years. He got out. He didn't want to kill Jamie Lee Curtis because it's not scary if they're not brother and sister anymore, because that's totally what made Michael Myers scary, was the fact that they weren't brother and sister. What the fuck ever. I don't agree. I love the attention to detail on that flashback. Michael was struggling the cop with a rope he got when he robbed the hardware store. I don't know. I can't believe the old couple was watching Tobe Hooper's The Funhouse, which is a masterpiece. I love the fucking Funhouse. The Funhouse is great. What about the kids smashed with the car in the other film? The kid that gets smashed with the car. You talking about Halloween 2 with Ben Tramer? Is that what you're talking about? Now he's making us the mob. Yes, I know. Wow. This mob mentality caused a mentally deranged man to jump off of a fucking hospital building. And then after we're like, wow, we shouldn't have done that. Then why did you do it? Funhouse no tension. Yeah, the Funhouse is a fucking great movie, man. I love the Funhouse. Yeah, totally agree. Haven't seen Kills yet. Oh, I'm sorry for spoilers. Holy shit, Tom. I apologize. I haven't seen Kills yet, but there is no way it will live up to the comedy you just delivered. Matthew. Best comedy. Yes. But do the yits still hold up, though? There's no yits. There's no yits in these movies because David Gordon Green, that's tacky. Give us more fucking Lonnie Elam. Why are we getting Lonnie Elam? He was a fucking bully. I need to go into the Myers house and face him. You never even fucking saw him. I'm gonna go up there. He goes in the house by himself. You hear a gunshot and he gets killed off screen. And that's his big character arc. That's why he's given so much attention in this movie, because Lonnie Elam was important. He mattered more than fucking Jamie Lee. Channeling Sam Kinison. Jesus Christ. Sam Kinison bashing this movie would be fucking funny. Oh! I don't worry about terrorism because I was married for 2 years. Hey, how are you, man? Italian Goodfellas. How are you, man? We went to high school together. Oh, really? Fucking hey, man. Italian Goodfellas. What's going on, good brother? not worried about spoilers. I feel like I owe you the streaming fee. Oh my God. Wow. Thank you. I appreciate you saying that. I fucking feel really bad though. I assumed everybody had seen it by now. But thank you very much for saying the kind words. Malignant deserved to make the money that Halloween Kills earns. Malignant is freaking amazing. Yeah, that's the thing. No matter what I say about these movies, my rant, whatever I rank them on the letter tier, the fact is they both made a lot of money and they made a lot of people happy. And I am happy that people are happy. I am. I really, despite the Kinnison rant and the honeydew and Grammy gum jobs, I'm happy that you're happy. I am. But I really think this is a case. And there'll be people that don't agree. There'll be people that don't agree. But I think that this is the classic fucking case of the horror community is starved. We're a starved community. We really want to embrace that next big thing. And I think the community just always kind of does this a lot, like a lot. Whether it be with like movies I like or dislike. I loved It Follows. I wish that would have been the movie to move horror along. It wasn't. There were a lot of people that were like, Grande, that's bullshit. I'm sorry. I respect that. And then there were people I'm on the other side of the fence where Hereditary is the best horror movie ever made. It scared me. It made me shit my pants and I was fucking afraid. I don't fucking understand that. That was a bunch of bullshit to me. But people liked it. My thing is, it's just like the community wants to embrace that next big thing because we're fucking starving. And I think it's easier to embrace the known establishment that is a Halloween, that is something we know what we're going into, as opposed to something like a Malignant. Whether you like or dislike Malignant, that motherfucker went for it. He went for it. It's a fucking beautiful, stylistic giallo that takes a crazy turn, and all of a sudden it's like a Frank Henenlotter film, like Basket Case. And people didn't like that. I hear you. If you like or dislike the movie, that's fine. I'll take that over bullshit like this any fucking day of the week. I'm sick of Michael Myers. I don't want any more movies. Apparently, the next one is called Halloween Ends, and hopefully it ends. Apparently, it's going to take place 4 years after this movie and involve the coronavirus. Maybe COVID is going to kill Michael Myers. Like, I don't know, because none of the dumbasses in this movie could do it. Halloween Kills itself. The Revenge of Leon the Professional is an F. And it is fucking horrible. So this is the ranked Michael Myers list. So we have Halloween 1 and 2, S tier, great movies. Halloween 3 and 4, I think very, very strong cases that either one of these could be A. Then we got 4 C's. Nothing is a B in the Halloween franchise for me. 5, 6, 7, the remake, C's. Dangertainment, D for Dangertainment, Halloween Resurrection. Halloween 2, Rob Zombies, and then these last 2 movies are total failures. So that's the final list here. Let's see. I was comparing Mistaken Identity for both films, Ben Tramer versus The Escaped Mental Patient. Oh, yes. Okay, yes, that's okay. I hear you. Matt June. Oh, Matt June, what's going on, good brother? Malignant, more like, oh, God, Mark didn't like Malignant. Michael Myers should face The Undertaker. Yeah, no, fucking, he'd tombstone Michael Myers, and Michael Myers would kick out at 1. My favorite horror film 2018 was Overlord, and my 2021 favorite film was Malignant. The fact that Halloween boasts more than those films probably combined is sad. It is sad. I agree. Are you going to give Halloween 3 an S? I can give Halloween 3 an S. Why the hell not? I'll give Halloween 3 an S. You asked so nicely, we can do it. That's fine. Instead of killing people, he vaccinates them. Yeah, no, maybe the whole idea is like, we get the mask off of him and we breathe on him and we have COVID. Maybe he'll fucking die. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe he'll be Michelle Myers like fucking John Steele said. I don't know. I don't fucking know. Michelle Myers, COVID. I don't know. I don't see how you could kill him after this movie. You had every entire town go at him and he didn't die. Maybe Gary Oldman has to kill him. Maybe Gary Oldman has to hand him a fucking grenade and kill him. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. Malignant is the type of film I wish Argento made after Mother of Tears. Malignant is the movie Dario Argento was trying to make, Jesus, the last like 10 years of his career. I agree. Thank you, man. Yeah, no, you're welcome, man. I love that movie. So that is the Halloween franchise ranked. I did not think this was going to go 2.5+ hours. Holy shit. And I had more shit planned, to be perfectly honest. I am going to read a scary story to tell in the dark. So that's going to happen. For the people here, do you want to play horror trivia? Is anybody interested in a couple of rounds of horror trivia? Because I was thinking about this, but I don't know. It depends if everybody's down for it. If you're down for it, I'll do it. If not, I'll just read the scary story and we can call it a night. Whatever y'all want to do. I'll take a sip of my drink in the meantime. Actually, I'm going to eat my last Twix bar, too. I think the White Horse from Halloween 22 will kill Myers. Ooh, that'd be cool. That'd be something. Maybe Sherry Moon and Scout Taylor straight out of Compton will come along. Angel Myers, and they'll cut his balls off and then inject him with COVID. Who knows? Yes, horror trivia. Okay. LMAO. Yes, horror trivia. Okay. All right. Horror trivia it is. Add me on Instagram, man. What's your Instagram handle? Yes, horror trivia. Okay. We'll do horror trivia. So, I'm going to get my Twix bar. Okay. Trivia pursuit. We got horror questions here. Hey, my brother, it was great to see you about to go off. I have to go do some. Dude, thank you. You stay here for 2 hours and 40 minutes. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Silver Shamrock will kill Michael Myers. Wouldn't that be something if his mask was like, I don't know. All right, here we go. Horror trivia. I'll read like maybe 5 cards. We'll do 5 cards. What was Army of Darkness 1992 originally going to be titled? And I will not play along either. I'll be the moderator. That's a good one. What was Army of Darkness 1992 originally going to be titled? This is actually one you could probably guess. Not the hardest thing in the world. Let's see if we got any guesses. Any guesses on the graveyard as I'm going to take a fucking sip. Matthew June 97. Okay, you got it, buddy. I got you. The Thorn Coal could have been connected to the pagans in part 3. Possible. Bruce Campbell versus Evil Dead. You're on the right, Dead. Evil Dead 3, you're definitely on the right path. Army of Darkness goes to White Castle. Dude, I fucking wish that's what it was called, man. I would love to go to White Castle with Bruce Campbell, Harold Kumar, and me, and I'll buy it for everybody. Did everybody guess here? Aiden guessed, AJ guessed, Mark guessed. Anybody else want to guess? Because I'm going to say the name. Nobody got it. You can guess again, too. You don't have to guess just one time. You can guess as many times as you want. Dude, imagine. That would have been amazing. Ash versus the Evil Burgers. That would have been amazing. Tom is correct. The Medieval Dead. Now, I want to cover up the other answers. I'm going to try to cover up the other answers. I don't know if that's going to focus. But it is the Medieval Dead. Please trust me on that. Tom is correct. All right, 1 in the bank for Tom. Tom is up by a point. Next question. I'm a diehard Last House on the Left fan. I don't know this. What is the name of the band Mary Collingwood and Phyllis Stone are going to see at the start of Last House on the Left? If anybody fucking gets this without looking it up, I'll fucking shit my pants. And I don't want to do that because I'm wearing nice pajamas. But yeah, the band that they're going to see. I love that movie. Like, that's one of my 15 favorite movies, and I actually don't know this, so I don't know. I'm gonna look in the fucking Nickelback. We all just wanna be big rock stars and live in hilltop castles driving 15 cars. The girls come easy and the drugs come cheap. This music fucking sucks, so I just won't sing and well. Sorry. Too funny. Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. Metallica. Bro, you know, funny story, Aiden. My uncle saw Metallica in like an underground show before they really hit it big, which I think is fucking crazy. Like, that's so fucking cool. Like, he was like open for somebody, and before they were really big, so pretty cool. Any other guesses on the bands? that Mary and Phyllis Stiller were going to fucking see at the Last House on the Left? Any guesses? I don't know. If anybody got it without looking it up, I would be like, yo, you fucking, there's no way you know that. So damn, something death or something along those lines. Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. That's amazing. So the answer, unless I don't think anybody's going to get this. This is, if I don't fucking know this, and that's one of my favorite movies, I don't know. Bloodlust, baby. That's something Dusty Rhodes would probably listen to. Let me tell you something, Daddy. I'm going to listen to Bloodlust all night long with Coda Road, baby. Bloodlust. I love that movie, but I don't remember that. This one everybody should get. If you don't fucking get this, you need to see the movie right now. In 1978, what film did Anthony Hopkins portray a ventriloquist slowly losing his sanity? If you haven't seen it, see it, because we love Sir Anthony Hopkins. And fun fact, before I'm sure people are going to get it. People should fucking get this. If people don't get this, I'd be shocked. Gene Wilder was initially going to play this part, and part of me wants to see that fucking movie. Like, imagine Gene Wilder in this role. That would have been something else. I love Anthony Hopkins. I'm sure Anthony Hopkins is probably the better actor technically, but man, I love Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was so fucking good. Dummy. Close. AJ got it. Magic. Do you believe in magic? Goosebumps the movie. No, it's not. With Jack Black. Mark, your guesses so far have been my favorite. Elephant Man. No, that's a David Lynch film. That's a great one too. That's close though. 1980. You're in the ballpark there. But this is Magic from 1978. I actually covered it on the October Halloween Horror Picks in the first episode of this month. I've covered it. So if you haven't seen Magic, I highly recommend you do. This is the easiest question on this card. If somebody gets this wrong, not named Mark Murphy, I'll be shocked. In Carrie, 1976, the blood of what animal is poured on the titular character of Prom Night? That word titular is fucking funny, because it reminds me of Yitz. No, I meant it has the dummy. Yeah, no, I knew what you meant. I know you love that movie, because I meant you were there when I was talking about it. Yeah. Tom got it. Aiden got it. AJ got it. Yeah, we all got it. All right. Pig blood. That's the easiest question on this card. Everybody and their fucking grandmother Grammy gum jobs should get that right. What is the name of the primary antagonist never caught by police at the end of Wolf Creek? Fuck, I hated fucking Wolf Creek. I don't know if anybody could tell me that. I don't know. I feel bad for you, actually. Pig's blood, I may be making jokes, but I'm not clueless. That's what I meant, Mark. You think I fucking meant you didn't know anything? Come on. I thought you were going to be like, I don't know, because you've been joking. That's all I meant. I didn't mean any offense by that. Sorry. The Undead of Night hated it too. Fucking stupid movie. Oh, I'm a fucking Australian, Fuck you. Go fucking jump on the fucking Barbie and close the fucking top. Does anybody know who the dumbass in Wolf Creek was? Yes, he got it. Mick Taylor. It's not Mick Foley, goddammit. It's Mick Carl, the Crocodile Dundee. Hated that film. Yeah, wow, okay. But I see, that's funny. People usually give me shit for not liking that, but I'm not alone. What is the name of the all-girl J-pop group in the Suicide Club? I'll give you all a hint. It's cake, cookies, pastries. It's something along those lines. Although I would never get that. I'm gonna look for more questions, like fun questions. Let's see. That one's too easy. Jesus Christ. There's some of these that are just ridiculously easy. And then some of these are ridiculously fucking hard. The Hex Girls. I'm a Hex Girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. Snacky Doodle. Yeah, I wish it was Snacky Doodle. Candy Girls. No, it's actually, that's a good guess, though. It's Dessert. The Ding Dongs. The Jim Hurd's greatest WCW tag team of all time. The Ding Dongs. We'll put fucking giant ding-dongs on their backs so they can't be pinned. Fucking Harley Race. I'll make that motherfucker tap out then. I'm looking for a good one. Okay. What is the name of the pet cat resurrected in Reanimator? Any Reanimator fans? I love Reanimator. One of my favorite movies. Boom, 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 boom. Tiki-talkie triplets. Triple T. Triple T for Triple P. Any guesses on that? The name of the cat from Reanimator. I don't know. I actually don't know. I didn't know that, honestly. Crap started to type church. Yeah, well, church. Yeah, that church is more notable. Wow, you got it. John Steele. Rufus, not the naked mole rat, but it's Rufus nevertheless. Dude, that's fantastic. You're fucking great, man. That's crazy. One for John Steele, baby. In the Midnight Meat Train, what organ is removed from the protagonist Leon Kaufman to ensure his allegiance? I'll give you all a hint. Mary Shaw liked to remove these. That's probably too easy, but I don't know. In the Midnight Meat Train, what organ is removed from protagonist Leon Kaufman to ensure his allegiance? That's not a bad movie. I like that movie. The liver? Liver alone. His penis? Not his penis. That's what they're going to do to Michael Myers. His tongue. Correct. One for Vavra. Yes, his tongue. Cut his tongue out so he won't talk about the evil, maniacal things he is doing. Tongue. John Steele got it too. Okay, excellent, excellent. I didn't see one for Mr. Zitro. I don't know if Zitro's seen that one, man. You got to catch up on your Clive Barker, brother. What is it? That's a weird... Nah, that's a shitty question. We're going to skip that question. The star of Maniac, 1980, Joe Spinell, also did which of the following on the film? Direct, co-write, co-produce, or compose the music? I'll read it one more time. It's a long question. The star of Maniac, 1980, Joe Spinell, also did which of the following on the film? Direct, co-write, co-produce, or compose the music? I know what you meant, Dayton. I knew what you meant. No worries. The Tugne. The Tugne. You should cut out your fucking Tugne. I don't want anybody to cut out my fucking Tugne. Ooh, we got a good one coming up next. Composed. Actually, no. And he was cruising with Al Pacino. Yes! Yo, I love that movie. Co-produced? No. Actually wrong. Any more guesses? You got two more. Either co-wrote or co-directed. That's the only two left. No? Multiple guess? All right. He co-wrote it. He actually helped co-write the movie, which is fucking crazy. I would have guessed co-produced, AJ. So we were right along the same path here. Next question. What director helmed both The Bride of Frankenstein and Frankenstein, 1931 and 1935, respectively? What was the name of the director? Yo, Mark is so fucking funny, dude. Co-produced. I would have guessed co-produced as well. What director helmed both The Bride of Frankenstein, 1935, and Frankenstein, 1931? Who's the director? Any diehard should know this. I hope. Oh, I thought Robert had left, but he's got it. James Whale. He got it. Robert got it first, man. James Whale. Okay, we know our whale here in the graveyard. I'm glad to see. I'm looking. Got a good one coming up next too, featuring another James. James Whale, nobody else. All right, no worries. They got it. What are the final words of protagonist Max Wren in Videodrome? James Whale, orca, alligator. Give me alligator. Survey says. Wrong, not alligator. Although I like that movie. Long live Louis Teague. Once again, what are the final words of protagonist Max Wren in Videodrome. Probably my favorite David Cronenberg film. Oh yeah, Aiden got it. Long live the new flesh. Great Videodrome, one of the best 1980s horror movies there is. A true fucking classic. Some of these are like really shitty, man. I'm trying to get some good one. Here's a layup. Here's a fucking layup. Please, everybody get this right. I want everybody to get this right. What Italian rock band worked on the musical score for a little movie called Deep Red? Once again, what Italian rock band worked on the musical score of Deep Red? Videodrome is also my favorite Cronenberg film. I fucking love Videodrome. It's such a great movie. There we go. Goblin. Can I hear another Goblin? Anybody? Goblin. Yes. Goblin all night. Goblin Squared. Goblin's the greatest fucking Italian rock band ever lived. Mamma Mia. Imagine Goblin producing a fucking Mamma Mia score. It would be fucking crazy. Get this bitch married. Goblin. Hell yeah. Another Reanimator question. This one's a lot easier. Reanimator was based on stories by which author? Again, another one everybody should fucking get. We'll look through another. We'll try to find a couple more here. Ooh, we always got to do a Cannibal Holocaust question. I have to. I'm a mark. I love that movie. You want me to read that one more time? What author is Reanimator based off of? Oh, okay. Lovecraft. We got it. Lovecraft. That's an easy one. Here's one that I don't know. I guess you'd have to see the film to know this one. In Cannibal Holocaust, how many members comprise of the missing American film crew? Goblin sounds like a born parrot. Bro, that'd be fucking hilarious. Suspirium. The racist guy. Well, this fucking guy in the lead movie is. You're close, but no. It is not 5. It is not 5. You're very close, though. Technically, you're fucking right, because there was no. Little colder. Maybe the other direction. Far! Zetro survives. The Fantastic Four lover. He got it. 4. They were with another guy, but he gets bit by a snake and then he dies. But he wasn't American, so I guess it technically is 4 Americans. I don't know, a little bit cheap. I would have taken 5 too. Let's see. What is placed over the head of the first victim to suffocate her in Black Christmas, 1974? Grammy Gums Goblin. A Goblin's Johnson. Yo, that sounds like a Frank Henenlotter movie that he needs to make right now. Imagine Frank Henenlotter's Grammy Gum jobs with Super Crack and Frankenhooker, and that would be amazing. You know what's funny? I fucking know Frankenhooker. I should get Frankenhooker on the show. That would be fucking hilarious. Just an hour with Frankenhooker. Like, they do that fucking show, Dinner for 3. I want to just do dinner with fucking Frankenhooker. I feel that'd be funny. In the bag, plastic bag. Yep, correct. Easy one. I love this movie. And this is one I would like to watch in December because it has Christmas vibes. In Inside, 2007, what does the dangerous La Femme want to remove from the stomach of the protagonist, Sarah? I don't know. That bitch was crazy. She had a big fucking Michael fucking Strahan gap in between her teeth, but she was some crazy bitch. Goblin 2 Electric Boogaloo. Plastic bag. Baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Very good, guys. Very good. Let's see. Looking through these here. Oh, here's more of a modern one. Inside is a great film. I agree. And we'll do a couple more and then we'll call it Well, I promised I'd read a scary story, so I'm going to do that too. What actor from The Office portrayed one of the teenage protagonists in House of a Thousand Corpses? Baby, it's them damn enchiladas, bitch. You want some pizza, cheese and sausage? You want a beer? Get out of here. One for you. Michael Myers' middle name. Audrey. I know that. I definitely know that. Michael Audrey Myers. Ma'am. Ma'am, yo, what the fuck, dude? If John Steele is right and Michael Myers has a fucking vagina, I'm just gonna I don't know, man. I feel like that we're cursed. It's good, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's fucking. He's a woman. What the fuck? God damn it. That's gonna happen. I hope it doesn't happen. Dwight, you're correct, by the way. It is Dwight. Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Dwight from The Office. Yes, Rainn Wilson. They would not do that. You don't think so? I don't know, brother. I don't know. You bow before ma'am. Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Okay, let's do one or two more questions, and then we're going to read a story, and then we'll call it. Audrey was a clue. It was. Maybe Michael is something the people made up, right? Because if the people made up them being brother and sister, maybe his name is really just Audrey Myers. Audrey Hepburn Myers. Maybe. Like, who knows? Let's see. I'm trying to find like one or two good ones. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake question? Nope. And I'm trying to find like one or two last good ones. Who is the director of Suspiria? Jesus Christ, that's too easy. Looking for one more good one, guys. We're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna read a story and call it a night. Okay. Who was first accused of the murders in Alice, Sweet Alice? Is it Alice, Father Tom, Mr. Alfonso, the fat pedophile, or Mrs. Tredoni? Anybody? Anybody got a clue? Who was the first one accused in Alice, Sweet Alice? Anybody know? Yo, if Michael Myers is Silver Samurai, I'd fucking explode. The guy who directed Suspiria is my favorite filmmaker. Yeah, that guy who went out to do nothing. Was it you? Oh my God. No, it wasn't you. That fucking film had me irate. Alice, Sweet Alice? Or you didn't like Alice, Sweet Alice? Alfonso? No. See, I thought it was him too, but it's not. It should be the pedo. Alfonso is the pedo. Weirdly enough, that actor, he was in Bloodsucking Freaks and Alice, Sweet Alice back to back, and then sadly committed suicide. That guy did like two of my. I love those movies. Oh, Alice Sweet. So you hate Alice, Sweet Alice? Okay. Well, it looks like. Did everybody guess? I give the options one more time. Alice, Father Tom. Oh yeah, Father Tom. Shit. Mr. Alfonso, Mrs. Tredoni. Okay. Any other guesses of those? Just nobody got it. It's not Father Tom, even though that was a good guess. No, I hate the pedo dude. You know, the pedo dude was a fucking scummy motherfucker in that. That guy was really fucking well cast. Like, he looks like a fat fucking scummy crazy motherfucker. Father Tom, no. Okay, nobody got it. It was actually easy enough. It was Alice. It was Alice, Sweet Alice herself. She was the first one accused. Okay, last one for the night. Another Last House on the Left question. In Last House on the Left, 1972, what is the name Mary gives Jr. when she gives him her peace symbol necklace? I'm going to let you free. I'm going to set you free. I know this one by heart. That's one I know. Ribbit. As I close this up. The one I don't even know. That one I fucking know for a fact. Put that over here. This was fun. Oh, by the way, thank you guys. This was a lot of fun. We could do this again too. Like, we could do like a planned show for this where I'll keep track and maybe we'll do an award. I'll tell you what, if I hit 500 subscribers, maybe we'll do this again and I'll give out a prize for the winner. That'd be really cool. Sir Dopeness? No. Well, you're along the lines, but still no. Think more Foresty. That's the nickname she gives him when she gives him the peace necklace. A forest, something in the forest. In the meantime, I'm going to pick out a scary story to read. And we're going to call this a fucking spooktacular season. By the way, I want to thank everybody who fucking read one of these for me. This was so cool. I want to do this every October. Maybe we can pick different books next time, but that would be really cool. Butterfly, no. Tree is very close. It's a type of tree. Butterfly, no. That's Death. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, and I've got miles to go before I sleep. Do I scare you, Butterfly? Kurt Russell's the man. By the way, Kurt Russell, top 10 performances. That's going to be coming down the road, so stay tuned for that. That's going to be either next month or even early December. I'm not sure yet, but we're still figuring out the kinks. Oak? No, not Oak. Professor Ook? No. Pine Tree? No. Close. Everybody's close. I can't give it away. It's hard to give any more clues. It's a type of tree, though. It's okay. I'm still picking up a story. So I'm going to read a quick story and then we'll call it. But I'll wait. You guys can keep guessing all the trees you want. Maybe the attic? That's a pretty quick one. Yeah, we can do the attic. Sapling. Sapling, I'm letting you go. Imagine it was fucking sapling. No. Okay, I'll give everybody to 11-11. If nobody can get it by 11-11. It's a fantasy movie name too. Evergreen. No. Think as mainstream, like a type of tree. Mainstream. Like it's not anything like fancy. I was gonna say like what it rhymes with, but that will get. He got it. This son of a bitch got it. Willow. I'm letting you free, Willow. I can't let you go. I love Willow. Birch. It is Willow, Mr. Zitro. You get the last question. You get the gold star, buddy. Sycamore. No, it is not Sycamore either. Okay, we're going to read one last scary story to tell in the dark for the whole season. All right? And then we're going to call it a spooky spooktacular. So here we go. The girl. I guess I should kill the lights, right? I should kill the lights. We'll kill the fucking lights. Why not? You only live once in this godforsaken fucking world. Grammy Gumjobs taught us that. All right. Last scary story to tell in the dark. Now I can't fucking see, though. That's the problem. The girl who stood on the grave. Some boys and girls were at a party one night. There was a graveyard, not Grande's graveyard, down the street. And they were talking about how scary it was. Don't ever stand on a grave after dark, one of the boys said. The person inside will grab you. He'll pull you under. That's not true, one of the girls said. It's just a superstition. I'll give you $1 if you stand on the grave. $1? What is this fucking 19 fucking 101? What the $1? Give me a blowjob. A grave doesn't scare me, said the girl. I'll do it right now. Oh shit, this bitch is crazy. The boy handed her his knife. Stick this knife in one of the graves, he said. Then we'll know you were there. The graveyard was filled with shadows and was quiet as death. There was nothing to be afraid of. The girl told herself. Then quickly she bent well as she started to leave. But she couldn't get away. Something was holding her back. She tried a second time to leave, but she couldn't move. She was filled with terror. Something has got me, she screamed, and she fell to the ground. When she didn't come back, the others went to look for her. They found her body sprawled across the grave. Without realizing it, she had plunged the knife through her skirt and pinned it to the ground. It was only the knife that held her. She died of fright. Love these. I'm such a more scary stories to tell in the dark. Love these. So again, thank you everybody who checked this out tonight. This was a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed the praise of the first 4 and then the absolute utter insanity of the rest. But we had a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody. Pajamas. I'm the pajama pants player, John Steele. You said it best, man. You wrote a whole rap about that. Got to rock the pajamas always. Thank you all so much for joining. This was such a great time. Hope everybody has a great Halloween weekend. Get spooky, drink it up, live it up, have a great time, and we will catch you next time. We're going to do some horror burnout episodes, and I'll get a little bit into that next week. But everybody have a safe weekend. Keep it creepy, keep it real, keep it spooky. And this is John Grande signing off. Best show ever. God bless you, man. Fun one, dude. Always fun, man. Too sweet for life, everybody. Rock on, everybody. Have a wonderful rest of the night. Too sweet, peace, and we'll catch you next time only on The Graveyard. Good night, everybody.